What's up, y'all? It's your girl Mickey Truth, aka the Queen of Paperwork, and I am back with another live. We have been monitoring so many different trials. However, one in particular we have not been watching like that, and that is the YSL RICO case. And that's because, for one, they had a lot going on, and the trial was supposed to start like 10 months ago. But nevertheless, they're getting started. They have a hearing going on right now, and we're going to tap into it. But before we do, y'all know it's alive, and y'all know we got to start. Yo, Hookah, what it do?
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Hookah Anonymous, and you are now rocking with Mickey Truth. She live up to her name, not the fame. So make sure y'all subscribe to her channel and stay updated on what's real. Bye.
Coming from where I come from, they doubted me, but I came up. I made it through the storm, trying to conquer the world. I made it through the storm, trying to conquer the world. Coming from where I come from, they doubted me, but I came up. I made it through the storm, trying to conquer the world. I made it through the storm, trying to conquer the world.
Good reporting ass Mickey.
We love you, Mickey.
Hey, somebody love me somewhere. What it do, True Team? Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, tell a friend to pull up on your girl Mickey Truth. And as I stated, they are currently in the court right now discussing if they're going to use Young Thug lyrics against them. I thought that was crazy, because at the end of the day, freedom of expression. I guess not. But let's get into it and see exactly what they got going on. So without further ado, let's get to the trial.
All right, thank you, Deputy Ingram. All right, counsels and those folks, we'll go ahead and get started at this point in time. Ms. Hilton, you ready, madam?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, go right ahead.
Now they ain't got to have that camera all in that later butt like that.
Do we have share on paper? I got you.
You should. And do you all have a copy of that? I gave mine away.
We are having a happy brother. Here, Your Honor.
What did he throw away? Did the judge just say he threw something away?
Thanks. I was just looking for that. I think that, didn't you have another handout or something like that? Yeah, I'll give you this back, Ms. Love. I don't. Thank you.
Shout out to my reader boy.
Okay, all right.
He ain't hit me up though.
Thank you, Your Honor. Now, Your Honor, you just heard from Executive District Attorney Carlson regarding the areas in which these statements and lyrics can be entered. And so what this portion of the hearing will do is just speak about a certain number of the statements that the state is seeking to introduce. Again, this is only a few, but we have just wanted to identify for the court those lyrics and how they are relevant in this particular case. We are going to look at the lyrics in groupings. The first group is going to be some examples of evidence of the existence of the YSL enterprise. So these are 4 examples of these types of lyrics that the state will seek to introduce in this case. So we're going to start at the top here. The first lyric. This lyric was a lyric that is posted on the Instagram page of Shannon Stillwell. That Instagram page being OG period Bull, BOOL _. Some significance about this particular video is the video was filmed on Cleveland Avenue. We believe the address is 151 Cleveland Avenue. At the time that this video was done, which is in 2019, this was an Exxon gas station. It is no longer an Exxon gas station. Also of importance in this video, Your Honor, is there's other YSL gang members inside of that video. Specifically, Shannon Stillwell is the one that's going to be rapping in the video. Then Miles Farley appears in the video. Wooney Lee appears in the video, as well as Parmavius Nichols. And of note, Your Honor, the title of the Instagram posting is Slat Talk. And Your Honor, we believe that through our gang investigators in trial, they will say what slat is slime love all the time. That is a frequent phraseology used by the gang. And so it is of note that this particular video is entitled Slat Talk. So specifically on this board, we have this verse. I just beat a murder rap, paid my lawyer $30 for that. There's a few other lyrics in between, and me and my slimes above the law. In addition to those lyrics, there's some other notable lyrics in this particular video. Mr. Stillwell states, and I keep a stick, ain't avoiding no smoke, which a stick, Your Honor, we believe will come out in testimony through our gang expert is a gun. He also says, I'm that slime that you always talk about. I'll wipe your nose, sit in your family's face and just smile it off. While wiping your nose is another symbol that we are going to allege that the members of YSL use. Now, Your Honor, I have for the court, and I provided to defense counsel some still images of that video. May I approach?
You may, madam.
Now, I'm going to talk about some of the imagery inside of the still copies of this video, and this video was provided to defense counsel in discovery, the actual full video, but some of the significance of the video. So, Your Honor, as you see in State's Exhibit number 1, Mr. Stillwell is bending down. He is wearing a YSL chain to show his a part in the enterprise, him being associated with that enterprise. Again, Your Honor, as the state just mentioned, the background of this video is in 2019 was the Exxon Food Mart, which is on 151 Cleveland Avenue in YSL territory, which the state is alleged is one of the YSL strongholds where they sell drugs out of. A few of our cases in this particular indictment in our RICO Act, as well as some of the other counts in our indictment, we have individuals who have sold drugs out of this location at 151 Cleveland Avenue. When you look at State's Exhibit number 2, Your Honor, that is a screenshot that has Mr. Stillwell, but also in State's Exhibit number 2, to the left, you see an individual in a black shirt with some purple writing is Miles Farley, one of the other co-conspirators and co-defendants in this indictment, again, showing association with other members of the gang. On State's Exhibit number 3, Your Honor, your copies are not marked, but they should be in order.
I don't believe they're in order.
They should be. We put them in order. So the first one has Mr. Stillwell bending down with they're not in order?
Is this the first one?
No, that's not the first.
Okay, so why they figure out what's in order and what's not, I'll be honest with y'all. The fact that they having a whole hearing about some lyrics just shows that this case is weak, in my opinion. Also, I'm hearing names of people that already took pleas. So I don't feel like if the lyrics is said by that person or if the post was made by that person, it shouldn't be allowed at trial for the other defendants unless you have them saying whatever on social media. What do y'all feel? Should lyrics be used in criminal cases? Y'all let me know in the chat.
Number 2.
Let me see.
They know they ain't putting them shits in order for them people. They know that. Cause how everybody pack it out of order, but they talking about they in order. He just had to rip a page out and put it somewhere else.
Number 3. Yes. Next, Your Honor, I'm going to do it simultaneously. Will be State's Exhibit number 4. State's Exhibit number 4 has Mr. Quamavius Nichols and Mr. Stillwell in that image, again showing association with each other.
Hold on, with each other or with the gang? I thought this was supposed to all be making it. I don't know,
State's
y'all.
number
This
5,
seems a little off.
we can move forward on, but it's again just Mr. Stillwell with a YSL chain.
I think Stillwell is still on trial, right? If I'm not mistaken.
And then Your Honor, State's Exhibit number 6 is Mr. Stillwell throwing up what the state will allege is one of the YSL gang signs. And then last, we have State's Exhibit number 7 with Mr. Stillwell and co-conspirator Wooney Lee in that image as well.
I don't have state 7. I don't have.
The judge ain't even got it. 6. This is crazy.
Okay. Well, Your Honor, I can approach with State's Exhibit number 7.
This is so disorderly. And Wooney Lee done pleaded out. He's not even on the trial no more. So, like I said, anything with people that's not on the trial shouldn't be entered. That's just my opinion, though. That's crazy.
Madam, I have state 6. This is state 6, right?
No, that's 7. You said you didn't have 7, Your Honor.
Hold on.
Exactly.
It's mislabeled or.
Now the judge saying it's mislabeled is out of place. They just need to rid the whole freaking Fulton County State Attorney's Office at this point. Broward County got their issues, but not like this. This is something totally different.
What you gave me, and then it's the same picture.
Then they're being sloppy. They're not doing what they need to do. Y'all supposed to have this.
Same one or different one?
You know what, Boredom? I don't even know. When they mention a ritual, I didn't pay attention to this. I'm not 100% sure on that.
That's not good, so don't have.
How the packets not listen? They have paralegals and legal assistants for this. Why these packets not together? If I was a judge, throw it all out at this point, because y'all don't even know what y'all got and don't got.
I see a packet.
I would take it as you're trying to ease something in there. It's so disorganized. Like, this is crazy. Overzealous DA for one. Your people's not even capable of handling it.
That is it.
It's been a year and a half
But you have
since y'all arrested these
so we
people.
can move on. Okay. Okay.
Come on, move on. You should have had it
So,
together,
Your Honor,
man.
Those are some of the still images from that particular video. And so some of the lyrics, I just meet a murder rap, pay my lawyer 30 for that. What we have, Your Honor, is in and around 2019, in and around that time, Mr. Jackson Stillwell is speaking of his initial charges as it relates to the shooting of Donovan Thomas. Around that time, Your Honor, those charges were initially dropped, but of course he was reindicted on that indictment, reindicted on those charges in this indictment. Then we also have, Your Honor, Me and My Slimes Above the Law, we don't walk into no court at all. Again, Mr. Stillwell and his fellow associates who are in the video, which is Lee, Farley, Nichols, are all appearing in that video, Your Honor. They're advising that they can commit crimes without no consequences. That is what that is alluding to. Again,
I'm at the pause. That is cap. Because obviously they in the courtroom, so how they don't go in no courtrooms? Like, how can you use lyrics that obviously don't pan out to be true? That's crazy.
In which we are alleging and charging that Mr. Stillwell was one of the individuals who shot and killed Donovan Thomas on January 10, 2015. We are also alleging in this indictment, Your Honor, on counts 49 through 54, as well as the count 1, the RICO conspiracy, that Mr. Stillwell murdered Shamel Drinks with a gun. And then last but certainly not least, in count 64 through 65, Your Honor, which is the March 17th, 2022 apprehension of Mr. Stillwell, the state is alleging that Mr. Stillwell threw out weapons outside of his vehicle as he was being, as he was leading officers in an accelerated
Why they
chase
lawyers can't talk?
and,
I realize
throwing guns
that.
out of the window. Again,
They be
this
trembling in their
being
voice or something.
evidence of particular crimes, and I keep a stick, ain't avoiding no smoke. Additionally, Your Honor, I'm that slime that you always talk about, and I wipe your nose. Again, Mr. Stillwell is associating himself with being a slime, being a part of Young Slime Life, that gang, and I'll wipe your nose, which is one of the signs that this gang shows their affiliation with this gang and enterprise.
Hold on. I be saying all types of people do that. Is that really for
these statements, Your
gotta
Honor,
do some research.
as
One other
was
people use
discussed
that too.
earlier, would be a party opponent admission as to Mr. Stillwell. As to all the defendants in this indictment, it would be a co-conspirator admission and declaration against interest. And to Mr. Farley, Mr. Lee, and Mr. Nichols, or Mr. Nichols, who is currently sitting at this table, it would be an adoptive admission as to him. Next, Your Honor.
Other words, half of
We
these people ain't even
from
at
Mr.
trial.
Williams' song, which
Except
was posted on YouTube in April of 2014, the song EU. And he says, honestly, truth be told, YSL won't fold, pick his ass off from the balcony, YSL wipe a nigga nose. Again, Your Honor, that same reference of YSL wiping a nigga's nose or wiping nose, which is one of the symbols that's associated that these individuals who participate in the YSL gang, it is one of their identifiers to show their participation and allegiance into this gang. He also says YSL won't fold, pick his ass off the balcony. Again, this is a reference to YSL criminal street gang members not folding, not snitching, or cooperating with law enforcement. And there'll be another lyric that
but that's cap.
Is similar in nature to this
because they
well.
do cooperate.
And
Oh,
again,
that
as
was
the state
cap.
just mentioned, the YSL wipe a nigga knows what that reference is.
I thought they was gonna say something like somebody got killed on the balcony in reference to the song. That's crazy. They said all that just to say
would come in against Mr. Williams as a party admission, and then to all of the other co-conspirators as a co-conspirator admission and a declaration against interest. The third lyric in this grouping of lyrics would be from the song Really Be Slime. Now, this is a song on the Young Stoner Life, Young Thug, and this is on the Slime Language 2 album, Your Honor, which is a compilation album, which is a compilation album by Young Stoner Life, Young Thug, who was Jeffrey Williams, and Gunna, who was Sergio Kitchens, both Mr. Williams and Mr. Kitchens being co-conspirators in this indictment. And we have an individual.
He's not on the case no more.
YNW Melly, who says this as the chorus. My niggas really be slime, and we committing them crimes. Hop out and shoot. And then we have.
They just tainted the whole damn jury, mentioned Melly name in their case. Shit.
Who is an individual who is not, who's an individual who is not charged in this indictment, but he says, wannabe slime, go catch you a body. Here, Your Honor, in this case, again, for count 1, RICO, my niggas really be sliming, we committing them crimes. We have all of the individuals in this indictment charged in the predicate act. Each and all defendants are charged with the 191 overt acts, some of which are predicates. We also have that in count 1, Act 17, 79, and 173, which all deal with the shooting deaths of both Donovan Thomas, which is also count 2 in the indictment, Jamari Holmes, who was murdered as well, who is part of this indictment, as well as Shamel Drinks. Each of those individuals were all murdered, and it's the state's contention that when they say, wannabe slime, go catch you a body, I mean, you go out and you go murder someone. That's how you can become slime. You go murder someone and you go catch a body.
Oh, that's a reach.
Individuals who were murdered as a part of this indictment.
That's a reach by them lyrics. That's a reach now.
When you look at this particular admission, Your Honor, again, these admissions go to show the enterprise because of how this song shows that these individuals talk about being slime and being part of YSL. Again, slime being one of the phraseologies that each of these individuals call themselves or talk about being a part of YSL. We also show that these statements would come against all of the defendants as a co-conspirator admission and a declaration against interest. It would come against Mr. Williams as an adoptive admission because he is the person who put this compilation CD out. So these statements would be, as to him, a adoptive admission, as well as to Mr. Sergio Kitchens, it would be an adoptive admission as to him as well. Also significant, Your Honor, with this particular case is that the front covering of this particular album, Your Honor, has some significant value. The cover of this Slime Language 2 album has a gold frame with a snake coming out of the top of the frame. The snake represents another symbol that YSL gang members use when they are speaking in text messages, when they're speaking on Instagram, they use that as one of their symbols. And so it's significant, Your Honor, because again, this gold, and I have a picture for the court, it's gold and it has these two snakes coming out. Mr. Williams is inside of the picture here wearing green. Again, the color that we believe our gang experts will testify to is the color that this gang uses. And so, Your Honor, we believe for those particular reasons, so the words inside of this song, as well as some of the imagery, Your Honor.
This shit gave me a headache. I ain't gonna lie.
For the court and for opposing counsel, this is the image that I'm referring to.
It's the whole case based off of lyrics. What the fuck is this? Is it me or is they are reaching with some of this? Like the lyrics I thought they was gonna make sense ain't even it. And I honestly feel like they mentioned the song of all songs. Like, let's be real. Young Thug got a whole song called Blood. But you instead mention a song with YNW Melly, who is currently on a high-profile double murder case himself as evidence. Come on now.
Is going to be a statement from the song Slime Shit. This statement has Mr. Jeffrey Williams, Mr. Diamante Kendrick, Martinez Arnold, and Jimmy Winfrey. This was released on Apple Music on March of 2016. And the lyric is, hey, this that slime shit. Hey, YSL shit. Killing 12 shit. Fuck a jail shit. This that mob shit. YSL. This that mob life. Now,
she knows she listened to that shit for real because she was on beat. I ain't gonna lie.
To the first portion of this verse.
What it do, Miss
Hey, this that slime shit. YSL shit. Killing 12 shit. Fuck a jail shit. Your Honor, we have a case with Christian Eppinger that's going to be counts 32 through 39 in this indictment, in which when he was being apprehended by Officer Rogers of the Atlanta Police Department, this defendant pulls out a gun and shoots Officer Rogers multiple times, only by the grace of God that he is not dead. but that represents this mindset of this gang. This is what they do. They want to kill in 12 shit. We know that 12 is a euphemism for police and that's what our gang experts will testify to. And so this particular verse or particular portion of this statement will go to show, again, the mens rea, the state of mind of members of this gang. This, that second part, this, that slime shit, this, that mob shit. Again, referencing to slime being like a mafia family, being those who engage in this, in a mafia type of mindset. Fuck the jail, YSL, this, that mob life. Again, disrespect to the judicial system, which we heard in that first lyric with, or that first statement with Mr. Stillwell. There's some other relevant statements within this song. He says 100 rounds in a Tahoe, give him surgery, no lipo. Well, normally that wouldn't seem significant. However, in the January 10th, 2015 murder of Donovan Thomas drove a Tahoe. And not only did Donovan Thomas drive a Tahoe, there are multiple rounds of shell casings laid down on the ground where he was killed in front of his barbershop. And his Tahoe was in front of the barbershop when he was murdered. And so while it may on its surface seem irrelevant, when you put it to the facts that are going to come out in this particular case, that particular verse becomes very relevant. Then another statement within this song is, fuck the police and the high speed. Your Honor, we have multiple predicate acts in this particular indictment where members of the YSL gang flee from police. We have Marquavius Huey in November 2021, who leads the police on a high-speed chase when they're trying to apprehend him for an armed robbery that he committed. We have Shannon Stillwell not once, but twice in 2019 and in March of 2022, where he flees from police where they're trying to stop and apprehend him. Your Honor, you have had the occasion to see one of those videos of that chase. That's the 2022 chase, but we also have another one that happened in 2019. And then we have Diamante Kendrick in October of 2015, running from police after to go shoot up the opposition gang. And Your Honor, that is significant because again, you see multiple times where these individuals are running from the gang. So this isn't just on its surface, just fuck the police in a high speed. These are the mental state of these individuals. When police come, we run. Very indicative of facts that's going to come out in this case when we go to trial. So again, Your Honor, for that particular verse, we have that these statements will go for Mr. Williams, Mr. Arnold, Mr. Winfrey. For Mr. Williams, it'll be a party admission. For Mr. Arnold, an adoptive admission. For Mr. Jimmy Winfrey, a party admission and an adoptive admission. And for all of the other co-defendants, a co-conspirator admission and declaration against interest. So that is the conclusion of category 1. Now we have category 2, which would be evidence of the nature of the YSL enterprise gang.
Y'all make sure y'all like, comment, share, subscribe tell a friend to tell a friend. I'll pull up on Demonetized Mickey Truth, okay? And I'm still out this bitch, okay? Listen, we are watching live the hearing for YSL RICO case on should Young Thug lyrics be used at trial. And I'm gonna be honest, I ain't convinced
Honor,
that this makes sense.
This particular grouping, these are
Let me
evidence of
pause
the
for a
nature
minute.
of.
I would have thought, okay, that they was gonna say, okay, on this song that was dropped on January 1st, detailed this murder that happened on January 1st. You know what I'm saying? This not what happened. They just doing anything at this point. But let's listen.
In December of 2020. And so this is Mr. Kendrick speaking. I rep my life for real. For slimes, you know I kill. Mr. Kendrick is charged in count 2 of this indictment with murder. That is the murder of Donovan Thomas. He is alleged, along with Shannon Stillwell, Demas McMullen, Justin Cobb, and Javors Bradford, are alleged to have planned the killing of Mr. Thomas, Your Honor. And so it is the state's contention that for his slimes, which all of them we have alleged are part of this conspiracy, part of this enterprise, YSL, he will kill. And he's alleged to have done that, and we have alleged that he has done that. So again, this is not just something that's just being said in abstract, but when you couple this with the evidence that will be presented in this case, it's extremely significant. It's extremely significant. Again, this particular, as an example of the verse of showing the nature of the enterprise, again, going to the state of mind, the intent, the motive, the knowledge of the gang, as well as the enterprise, and again, some of the underlying offenses. Again, this statement would come in with Mr. Kendrick as a party admission, as to Mr. Kitchens and Mr. Williams as an adoptive admission, and as to all of the other co-conspirators and co-defendants as co-conspirator admissions and declarations against interest. The second statement, which is from a song called Dream, which is again by Demonte Kendrick. It was released on Apple Music in April of 2015. He says, "Hey, how you doing? I'm Yet Got It. I got bodies on bodies." Again, talking about the fact that he has bodies on bodies, which is the state's contention, what our experts will testify to, is that he got dead bodies on bodies, not just regular bodies, but just bodies on bodies. Additionally, in this particular song, Your Honor, Mr. Kendrick says, "I'm with Thugger, that's my woaded. And we solid, oh so solid. If I get caught, I'm gonna say nothing. YSL, bitch, we mobbing." Again, if he gets caught, he won't say anything. That is the mindset of this gang, Your Honor. This is the mindset.
Well, we know that's Cal.
If we ever get caught, we won't say anything. We won't speak. We'll keep it quiet. That's consistent with what we saw previously in another one of those lyrics, that this gang knows if they get caught, don't say nothing. Or that's at least what you should have some allegiance to.
That case, like them lawyers gonna eat that up.
Going to showing the nature of the enterprise, the nature of YSL, that this is the nature of how this gang operates. This statement would be admissible against Mr. Kendrick as a party admission and an adoptive admission. As to Mr. Williams, it would be adoptive admission and a party admission. And as to all other co-defendants, co-conspirators, it would be a co-conspirator admission and declaration against interest.
I'm about to drop a song to say YouTube owe me $1 million.
Next we have,
so I can use it in court.
A song by he's featured on the song. So the song is actually by an artist that goes by the name of Juice WRLD, and it's featuring Mr. Williams. The song is called Bad Boy.
Now what Juice WRLD got to do with it?
In January of 2021. And Mr. Williams says, "I shot at his mommy. Now he no longer mentioned me." Now, this would seem, again, insignificant if you're just looking at these words. However, in this case, in the height of the 2050 gang war between the YSL gang and the IF gang, we have cases in which individuals of YSL shoot at the opposition's mother's house. Mr. Rayshawn Bennett also known as YF Lucci. We have 2 incidents in January 22 of 2015 and January 26 of 2015, where his mother's home, Mr. Bennett's mother's home, was shot at. And it is alleged to have been shot at by a YSL associate.
They said the if
What we
game.
have, Your Honor, and the evidence is going to
Don't know what that is.
come in, Your Honor, we believe, is that the shooting from January 26, 2015, that we have a NIBIN connection in which that gun that used to shoot at that house was found in the hands of a YSL associate. So us inferring that a YSL associate shot at his mama house. So this is very different than this just being a
They probably was smoking blunts and all, breaking down these lyrics.
This is something that happened in this case, and therefore will be relevant for the purposes of coming in here. So again, this would be coming in.
Maybe she meant the YFN shit. I'm getting mixed up.
Part of the enterprise to be shown.
Because she referenced Lucci. I don't know what the F gang is.
And this would come in against Mr. Williams as a party admission, and then all of the other defendants as a co-conspirator admission or a declaration against interest. And then on this particular board,
somebody need to brush her hair in the back. That shit irritating me. I keep looking at it.
Is a song by Mr. Wooney Lee, which is called Where You From. It was released on YouTube in August of 2020. And this is a song, Your Honor, just for context, is filmed again on Cleveland Avenue. This song was also, the video for this song was also filmed at the same Exxon gas station that we saw in the Shannon Stillwell video.
Yeah, they had Exxon on lock, okay?
There are other associates or members
allegedly
of YSL in this video, Your Honor. I have a few additional kind of screenshots from that video as well. May I approach and I'll show opposing counsel the 3 pictures that I'm going to be referencing during my.
You may, ma'am.
Man, this stressful. These people say, yo, because they said this and that, that means
first
this
you
and
have,
that.
Your Honor,
That's crazy.
Number 15, which I'm going to show to opposing counsel.
Somebody brush her hair. That's the only thing. That's why I don't like them weaves, man. Especially the ones that not be brushed. Like, that should be aggravating looking at that shit like that.
So
y'all, this just a little side note in my own mind. I hate that shit.
Is Mr. Lee again doing the same symbol that we allege that is a part of what the YSL gang does, which is wipe his nose.
Did they say wipe? I want to know, what does wipe your nose mean?
Number 16.
I've asked that on another case. What does that mean?
In that video.
Because she ain't said it. She just says
also
gang
throwing
shit.
Up the YSL gang sign. And then last you'll just have
hell,
number 17.
They mulatto did it in the video. She better be careful if it's gang shit. They say
actually inside in the video itself with Miles Farley in the video along with Mr. Wooney Lee. Against showing association of other individuals of the gang within the videos. So what does he say? He says, where are you from? I'm from Cleveland. What the evidence will show and our gang experts will say is that Cleveland is the name that blood gang members use because they don't want to say Cleveland. So they say Cleveland Avenue, and that will come in. Throw your setup, YSL. The ops hate the crew, we getting paper, and we ducking cases. There's a few additional statements in between that. He says, free Lil Shannon, he the one that had them running with the cannon. Your Honor, we believe that running with that cannon, a cannon being a gun. Again, Mr. Lee acknowledging that Little Shannon had them running with that cannon. And Little Shannon Stillwell, is the person who is the
oh my gosh, this shit is above me.
Because that is who he is referencing in this particular.
Well, use it against him. Oh, I forgot. You already gave him a plea deal.
This entire admission would come in, one, for state of mind, as far as the mens rea, to show again participation in his enterprise, to show participation.
That's why I can't do law, bro, because this shit here.
And it would come in
I'll be in
against
contempt of
Mr.
court,
Lee.
cussing their ass out. Thank you. Somebody say something. Stop her, please.
Everyone.
She said everyone.
Yes. That all the defendants, it will come in against as a co-conspirator admission as well as a declaration against interest.
Facts, boredom is coming. Y'all females
And then if I
better
can
chill out.
report,
Y'all be doing that wipe my nose shit. They coming for your ass on the next RICO case. This shit is ridiculous. I ain't gonna lie. I'll be damned if I'm about to sit here fighting for my life and you gonna bring up some lyrics that my associate, that my damn record company probably put me on the track with to hold that shit against me for a charge. You got to be out your fucking mind. That's ridiculous. I wouldn't care what Juice WRLD said. That ain't got nothing to do with me.
now
I
we
wouldn't
have
care what
Money,
Millie said. That
a
ain't got
song
nothing
by
to do with me.
Mr.
The
Williams
hell?
in a song entitled Thuggin' 30, which is posted on YouTube in June of 2019. He says, money longer than the world's longest ruler. Yeah, playing with YSL, niggas going to shoot you. Again, this is an admission spoken by Jeffrey Williams. We have several acts, Your Honor, in which YSL members are alleged to have shot at other individuals. We have, again, the murder of Donovan Thomas Jr., in which he was murdered in January of 2015. We have the shooting of Dexter Montgomery. We have the shooting of Cornelius Davis, the shooting of D'Angelo White, the shooting of Dwayne Carter, the shooting at the house and home of Denise Bell, the murder of Jamari Holmes, the shooting of Milton Howard Jr., the shooting of Officer David Rogers and Officer William Johnson, and the murder of Shamel Drinks. Again, showing that if you play with YSL, this nigga's gonna shoot you. We have evidence upon evidence upon evidence of this gang engaging in shooting, assaults, and murders of either opposition gang members or community members or law enforcement officers, Your Honor. This statement, again, would come in against Mr. Williams as a party admission, as well as all of the other defendants as either co-conspirator admission or declaration against interest.
This shit gonna be like a club come trial. Then we playing lyrics and shit.
Next, we have the song.
Everybody gonna be bobbing.
The lyric from the song "Mob Ties." In this particular video, Your Honor, we have several individuals who are affiliated or associated with YSL. It'll be Quantavious Greer, Rooney Lee, and Diamante Kendrick are all in the video. He says, "We be on some Tupac shit, hit him up. Niggas play with Unfunk. Unfunk is Quantavious Greer. And get hog-tied. Niggas play with Unfunk, then they all died. Why would I lie? I got mob ties." And
He
what is
ain't
extremely
on there for
significant
murder
is,
though.
as
And
an
he
ad
played
lib, it's
out.
not
And
really
his ass
a
in jail. Why y'all
particular verse
using
in the
his
song,
evidence?
but as an ad lib, Diamante Kendrick says very quickly, "Knocking off your big homie, bitch." Well, why is that significant, Your Honor?
I thought they
The
supposed to
state
filter
has
the
alleged
cuss
and
word.
is alleging that
Shorty
this
saying it
gang
all.
is
Nigga,
responsible
all of
for
it.
the death of Donovan Thomas Jr. Why is that particular admission of that murder significant? Is because the state believes that the evidence will show that Mr. Thomas was one of the leading members of the opposition gang. The opposition gang in this case. And
She was
he
about
would
to
be
say if
someone who
gang
would be
again.
considered a big homie to a number of people, that being Rayshawn Bennett, who is also known as Wife Lucci. And this is an admission of knocking off your big homie, meaning of murdering him, of killing him. And that they are admitting to that in this lyric. So again, showing their
I mean that
showing
part.
their
I
knowledge
guess,
of
but
this
shit, is that the
crime,
only
showing
opposition big
what
on me
they've
though?
done as
But
a part of their enterprise, as showing one
they
of
can
our
kind
predicate
of they can
offenses in
allude to
this
that. I
case.
ain't gonna lie on that one, but
This
shit.
particular admission, again, would come in against Kendrick as a party admission, as well as an adoptive admission because he's inside of the video. Mr. Mooney Lee was inside of the video as well. And then for all of the other co-defendants, it would come as a co-conspirator admission and declaration against interest. Next, we have from Mr. Williams and his song Just How It Is, which was released on Apple Music in August of 2019, that he has this statement: ooh, I done fucked the crew. Ooh, I done did the robbing. I done did the jacking. Now full rapping. I escaped every one of them licks because I was supposed to be rich. I don't care nothing about no cop. I'm telling you just how it is. And what we believe the evidence will show
They
is
believe
that
a lot of shit.
in this particular case, we have particular armed robberies, Your Honor, in which there are going to be allegations that Mr. Williams set up the robbery, put other individuals as part of that robbery, but was able to avoid being apprehended because he ran away once the other individuals involved in that case
Not run
were
away.
Apprehended. And so again, showing this is not
In 2019,
just a particular lyric, but there will be evidence that he's escaped certain types of the crimes that he's admitting to have done in furtherance of this enterprise and furtherance of this gang. And so, Your Honor, that would be the relevance of this particular statement in this case. Again, that would be a
they reaching like
Mr.
a
Williams,
mug right
and then
now.
as to the other co-defendants, a co-conspirator admission and declaration against interest.
And she got that shit like a book, like this knowledge she dropping. They ain't got no case.
Also,
if
in
this
that
is
same
it.
song, Your Honor, just how it is, Mr. Williams states, gave the Lord close to $2 million. He handled all the killings. We don't speak about shit on wax. It's all my business. We known to kill the biggest cats of all kittens. So again, Your Honor, as it relates to this particular case, Your Honor, there is evidence where it says gave the Lord close to $2 million. He handled all the killings. We have, and this goes back to, I think, that motion that has not been, that the court has not ruled upon, and where we talk about Brian Steele. And we talk about
shit, not
we
Mr.
know
Steele.
that as it relates to Quantavious Greer, Mr. Steele has handled the appeal of Quantavious Greer 2010 murder case. As it relates to Damone Blaylock, he is currently handling his murder appeal for the 2019 murder case. And as it relates to Shannon Stillwell, when he was arrested in March of 2022, he initially reached out to Mr. Steele for representation on that murder case. Now, that case did not.
I mean, a big time lawyer.
His representation did not come to fruition because we believe that this case, Mr. Williams was indicted, so Mr. Steele ended up representing Mr. Williams on this particular case.
Okay, get in there, Steele.
You can tell me that later. I mean, she just.
It has a letter from me that was months ago.
Yeah,
That's just
we talked about this before, Mr. Steele, so I'm familiar with it. So.
And,
Just let me say anything.
What we believe the state's evidence will show is that Mr. Jackson, in a recorded video,
he gonna eat her ass up when he get the chance to
when
talk.
they are getting ready to Mirandize him to see if he wants to speak, he tells the law enforcement officer, I want to speak to my lawyer. And when the law enforcement officer says, who's your lawyer? He says, Brian Steele. At that moment,
he's a fucking lawyer though. Like, let's be real.
He comes back moments later. So I don't know what happens outside of the room. But what we catch on video is that Investigator Hogan calls Mr. Steele. Mr. Steele's then placed on speakerphone. And Mr. Steele then speaks to Mr. Stillwell, tells Mr. Stillwell, don't make any statements, and I will come and see you. At that point in time, after that interaction ends, we have a jail call in which Mr. Stillwell tells his family members, Mr. Steele came to see me, but he said them folks ain't paid him his money yet. I can only tell you what Mr. Stillwell told his family members. I don't know if Mr. Still came, but that is what Mr. Stillwell told his family members. So that is what we are referencing in this particular case.
Oh wow, they about to try to get Still off the case.
In that same statement, he says, "We don't speak about shit on wax. It's all my business. We know to kill the biggest cat of all kittens." Again, Your Honor, we believe that again is an admission and a reference to the killing of Donovan Thomas. And while to the average layperson, it may seem like just a fancy play on words, to the family of Donovan Thomas Jr., this is them bragging about the fact that they have murdered Mr.
That
Donovan
ain't fair to
Thomas,
say,
who
though.
would be considered a biggest cat within that If gang in 2015.
So she is saying If gang. Somebody from Atlanta. What the hell is the If gang? I ain't never heard of that one.
That we've already kind of just discussed very generally, and it would be admissible against Mr. Williams as a party admission, and all of the other defendants as co-conspirator admissions and a declaration against interest. And then finally, Your Honor, our last.
Somebody give me somebody from Atlanta. What the fuck is the If gang? I'm over here Googling this shit. I can't find it. I need one of my Atlanta truth team members to pull up. Where Lamar at? Ask her what the If gang is. Let me hear him up.
And before we go to the last record, I want to introduce, I didn't speak about them, Your Honor, but I want to introduce several state's exhibits, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. They're going to all be screenshots from the Mob Ties video. After I approach, I will show defense counsel what those pictures are. But this will be just for the court to look at, but you'll see that members of the YSL gang are throwing up their gang signs, that there are other...
Yeah, I gotta mute everything. Yo, this shit, I'm gonna be honest, like, I get it as far as the victim's family, that's a reach, though. That's unfair to say every time somebody reference a big homie, they're talking about that victim. Again, it's multiple, let's just be real, it's multiple murders on this indictment, okay? And allegedly, the gang is said to do all these murders. How can you plan that on one case because that's the case that you're trying? I don't think that's fair to put in that perspective. That's just my opinion, though.
And gang. Your Honor, in this indictment, we have charged Mr. Williams with being the leader of this gang. And so these are going to be lyrics or statements, that will reference specifically him acknowledging that he is the leader of this gang. So we have first from his song 730, which is Mr. Williams and Jimmy Winfrey. This was released on YouTube September of 2014. And it says, "Come and roll in a YSL school, and I swear I'm the principal." And he says, "Slime" in the background. "I do not care if you slime for $1 and a change. It's the principal." Again, this is Mr. Williams and Mr. Jimmy Winfrey. The defendant, as to this admission, is Mr. Williams, who is the speaker. Again, all the defendants here are charged with the conspiracy to violate RICO. This admission provides proof of the existence of the YSL enterprise, that Mr. Williams is attempting to recruit more persons to enroll in this YSL school. It also demonstrates that he's the leader.
I'm about to dismantle the truth team. They're going to try to get up on the RICO truth team.
This will come in against...
Damn, and I be saying Mickey Truth on the truth team.
Because he's in the video as an adoptive admission and all defendants as a co-conspirator admission. Next is his statement from his song Anybody, which it was Mr. Williams. This was released on Apple Music in April of 2018. He says, "I ain't never killed anybody, but I got something to do with that body. I told him to shoot 100 rounds, ready for war like I'm Russia. I get all types of cash."
What it do, Mar?
We know that general leads armies, Your Honor.
I'm trying to avoid a RICO over here, tell you that,
but he is referencing the fact that he's the leader of this gang. He is a general. And he also says, "I never killed anybody, but I got something to do with that body." He right. We have alleged in this indictment that Mr. Williams ain't killed nobody, but he does have something to do with that body. He has, prior to the shooting death of Donovan Thomas in January of 2015, Mr. Williams is the one that rented the car, that we are alleging that the other YSL members who shot and killed Mr. Thomas were in.
Yeah, I don't rent no cars because whatever them people do is on you, according to this.
Also, as it relates to the shooting, the stabbing of the stabbing of Jaden Myrick within the jail in February of 2022.
She can't even get the names
We have
together.
evidence that both Jaden Myrick, who actually did stab Mr. Bennett, as well as Christian Eppinger, who was going to attempt to stab and kill Mr. Bennett, sought permission from Mr. Williams before actually doing the crime. So Jaden Myrick, in speaking to co-conspirator Demikion Garlington and Khalif Adams, was trying to get permission from Mr. Williams to execute the actual stabbing of Mr. Bennett.
Lady, I'm getting confused. I'm trying to keep up with these fucking allegations. She keep mixing up names.
Later, reached out to Antonio Sumlin, who's also a co-conspirator in this case, to seek again permission in order to effectuate the stabbing of Mr. Bennett. Thankfully, at that time, Mr. Bennett was relocated, and thus this second attempt did not occur.
You keep mentioning Lucci ass can get on that stand though. So y'all ass are gonna have a non-act
any of these crimes, showing.
Well, I'm assuming he ain't gonna get on the stand. Mar, I'm telling you, like I'm over trying to keep up with what she got going on. She went from 2014 music, 2019 music, all that shit.
Party opponent admission, and then as all defendants of the co-conspirator admission and declaration against interest. Our next verse is I was a capo in the hood way before a plaque or a mention. Again, signifying that Mr. Williams is the head, the leader of this gang, of this high-ranking enterprise, again, for the same reasons. He's saying I was doing this way before there was a plaque or a mention. So this is before YSL was a record label, way before YSL was anything else but a gang.
Dude look a little thick. I ain't gonna lie.
Before any plaque or mention.
And agitated. You see it? You see it look on his face.
Again, this would come in for the reasons we've already stated, and then as a party admission against Mr. Williams and a co-conspirator admission against all the other defendants.
I think she misspoke with the F gang. She meant whatever YFN is supposed to be is what she was alluding to. But hell, I shouldn't have to correct that. She should have had to correct it because she done said F gang about 5 times. But according to Law and Order, okay, episodes 1 through 26. I'm at the top with the bro. That's what she was trying to say.
Again, this statement came from Mr. Williams' song "Who," which this was a compilation album where Mr. Williams is featured on the album, but this is his particular statement. Again, showing that he was at the head, or he is the head of this YSL gang. He is the leader and the head of this gang. And one that did not make the board, Your Honor, but was from
Boredom, the leader of the gang over here. Okay, not me. Y'all remember that?
Which was
Boredom is the leader.
In January of 2016. He has a song, got a lot of followers, a perfect leader. I'm a boss, I call the shots. Again, I've already spoken about with Jaden Myrick and Christian Eppinger wanting to get approval from Mr. Williams. But then we also have, Your Honor, as it relates to Marquavius Huey, after it is believed that Marquavius Huey robbed a particular producer, we have text messages of Mr. Williams telling Marquavius Huey to take that stuff back or somebody is going to get killed. Again, showing that he can show his leadership, that people are going to do what he says. And if they don't, there's going to be a result, and probably a negative result. So, Your Honor, these are just a sample in which the state would seek to introduce for those various areas and reasons. And with that, I want to turn it over to Mr. Floyd.
Jesus, it's still the state time. Why these hearings be so long about nothing? She just rambled on and on about lyrics. Got me over here listening to thug music. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't listening to Young Thug in a minute. This shit here is stressful. Y'all make sure y'all like, comment, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend, or pull up on your girl Mickey Truth. We demonetized, but we still out here, man. We watching a Young Thug hearing.
Okay.
As a voting member,
Whatever is going on. A voting member of what? See? Okay, I'm gonna mute them real quick. So yeah, if y'all wondering, I have to talk more throughout these things because y'all know people be out here striking me. Although I'm demonetized, I ain't trying to get no more strikes. So yeah, I'll be having to talk through these things as part of my probation. I can't be letting it just run. So that means I got to stay up, okay? Y'all know I like to, especially doing trials and stuff, I be asleep. So this time I can't be asleep. I'm over here. If y'all wondering, like, Mickey talking more during this one, because yeah, one of those things I got to do. But yeah, hey, listen, y'all rappers, because despite what y'all may try to think, I ain't no rapper. I ain't trying to be no rapper. It's all promo for me, okay? However, to y'all actual rappers that be rapping, y'all stop putting this shit in y'all songs, because I've been on live for an hour. So 55 minutes of the last hour has been this lady going over rap lyrics, not just of Young Thug, but of other alleged associates, even Juice WRLD, rest in peace to him. And then to even put fucking worse on worse, they mentioned a YNW Melly song with if of all songs, I would have wanted that shit stricken, okay? Because hell, it took us 10 months to find a jury that really don't have too much insight on Thug, and you don't think no more don't got no insight on Melly. Lord, let me tell you, okay? This is something. Shout out to y'all. Pardex, what it do, okay? Oh yeah, we don't do no hand sign. You know what? The magnifying glass is supposed to be our emoji, but fuck all that. We ain't got no emojis no more. Ain't none of that shit. These people crazy. But yeah, boredom is the capo, okay? Not me. This shit is crazy. But shout out to everybody for pulling up. I'm definitely doing some entertainment right now. It's crazy, but like I told y'all, okay, I'm just trying to state my opinion. But if the freaking defendants is not on trial, I don't think they should use no evidence of them posting shit, okay? Because why should, if I was Thug, I'll be looking at my lawyers like, why the hell should I be sitting here being tried using Woony Lee fucking lyrics and pictures when Woony Lee ass sitting at home on fuck probation because of his plea deal? That's just how I'm looking. Now, again, I don't know the legal aspect to how that works. Obviously, it can't be like I'm thinking. But still, I wouldn't want that shit. The fuck? I don't want to hear no fucking Woony Lee shit. That nigga ain't sitting here with me. If anything, use the people that sitting here with me, that we all facing the same fucking fate. Use that shit, okay? Like, god damn. Thug is young. How old is, hold on, because like the fuck, 2014. Now, mind you, they sitting here saying he the leader, but at the same time in the indictment, it's supposed to be three of them. So how you gonna pinpoint just this one man as the leader, but you say it's three founders of this shit, and two of which you done already gave freaking plea deals to? Do y'all understand the other two alleged co-founders of YSL, right? According to Fulton County, do you know the type of shit they got off on just for like 15 to like 25 years probation? Although they might fuck up, except one. One might not fuck up because he looked like he was over. He done been doing this type of shit for years. But you know how much, like, come on, man. Fuck all that. What you like, that shit crazy. No, to be honest, y'all. So for those who don't, why they're actually in recess or something, sidebar or something. Listen, I thought this trial was gonna be my like Melly trial, okay? Y'all know we don't got no big rappers here to catch no cases. If they do catch some cases, it's gonna be in another state, okay? But anyway, the Thug trial or the YSL trial was gonna be my freaking Melly trial. I had planned to be down in Atlanta every day. Y'all remember I submitted my damn media shit on live one day to be able to get up in there. All that, okay? So when, man, let me say, I had my freaking hotel booked for February 8th when I thought goddamn Rich Homie Quan was gonna get on the stand. So I was devastated when this fucking circus started, and I stopped following it. I'll be honest. Every now and then I'll do an update, go get some paperwork off the case. But as far as the trial, I ain't been watching it like that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the YSL trial was supposed to be my Melly trial. I was supposed to watch that shit, break that shit down like I did the Melly trial the first time. That was my YSL. So for those who are wondering how the hell I even went from covering Melly case, because at one point I said I wasn't even going to do the Melly trial because I was supposed to be doing the freaking YSL trial. And y'all see how that turned out. So yeah, so if y'all wonder, for those who be hating and on my ass about the coverage with the Melly case, it's y'all can thank Fulton County, because I was supposed to be occupied. I was supposed to be in the A watching the trial in person with my damn spy cam, letting y'all know what it is. Okay, just saying. Now let me see, is they talking again? Not no legal concept, the gang lyrics. I'm gonna unmute that so I can hear it, because I don't know what they doing. Hold on, let's see. What the fuck? Legal gang lyrics, legal concept. Oh, they got this. Oh, they about to break this shit down. I might not talk through this part. They about to tell us what's the difference between your actual First Amendment, a true threat, and what is that? Corpus shit, delete, or whatever that is. So that's what I really want to know. I'm interested in how they are talking. Then I muted. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, they just not talking. Why I can't hear nothing? I don't know. They can't be talking. Cause I don't got no volume. I'm gonna be honest, y'all. This, with all due respect, half these dudes that come out, like, man, I'll be mad as hell if I was stuck. Like, I don't even know these niggas. You know, like, they look like your everyday corner boys. Like, man, that's crazy. And who is that with a wristband on? Why you got a wristband on? I think they just going through. Both of them took plea deals, and one of them in jail again for messing up. Oh, somebody is here. So it is an if game. Oh, shoot. Hold on, Inglewood. Inglewood is in is that the YFL? Oh, shit, y'all. I'm getting mixed up with the names now. YFN area then? See? The if game is true. I ain't never heard of it though, but that's crazy. So let me Google it. Is YFN part of that? Or was allegedly a part of it? I hope that gang expert ain't Detective Polo. What if that's who I swear I won't watch it. If Detective Polo walk his ass up in the goddamn courtroom with a mask on for the YFN case, hey, I ain't watching it for sure. Why they got to be talking? Hold on, let me look at the comments, cause why? Okay, so it's not just me. They just ain't got no sound. Cause I'm about to say I'm over here tripping. Like, I done been drinking me some mimosas, but I know I wasn't lit like that where I'm trying to listen to sound and it's not there. I don't know. I'm only thinking with IF. And see, and y'all be wondering why, even though I do promo, because I be trying to push on women defense and knowing how to use firearms and all that. And y'all wonder why, even when I go to the range, I never show no type of weapon, No type of ammo, no nothing. This is why. This is why. Okay. Hey, all I'm saying, y'all better be mindful of putting anything online. That's why I don't be showing none of that. Even though I'm a law-abiding citizen, legally able to go to the range and hold a firearm, I don't post that. Okay, cool. Boredom. I think something going on tomorrow. I'm gonna need your eyes in the sky tomorrow because I think something going on in Florida tomorrow. I don't know if it's gonna be like, streamed or not, but yeah. Need you to be on watch for that, please. Shout out to the Truth Team, who are individually operated viewers and speakers and chatters over here. Okay. Just saying, okay. Yeah, law and crime sound is messed up. And what case is that? The Johnson trial. Where is that out of? Oh, there we go.
Oh, we're missing Christina though.
Now they missing people?
No, we were waiting on you.
Shout out to everybody pulling up in the chat. Shout out to FYB Mar that be pulling up. Shout out to Boredom Bosses. I saw the voice.
My component of this is going to be focused on RICO. I'm going to
he's about to bore us.
minimize
Shit.
duplication to the greatest extent possible. As Your Honor well knows now, count one is a RICO conspiracy count. The defendants are charged with conspiring to violate both 1614-4A and 1614-4B. I'll just emphasize B for a second because a substantive violation of that requires that a person, as relevant here, associated with an enterprise, conduct or participate in that enterprise through a pattern of racketeering activity. A conspiracy violation requires that they conspire with at least one other person to do that. Generally, this means that the state has to prove and therefore can introduce evidence that there was an enterprise. Each defendant conspired to participate or conduct in that enterprise. Those are not exactly the same things. Participate is a lower level requirement. Conduct connotes some level of control, direction, etc. And that at least one conspirator committed an overt act to effect that conspiracy. General conspiracy law applies here in the sense that a conspiracy can be inferred from circumstantial evidence. I've cited the Yakintoya case here. This is a Georgia RICO case, relatively recent, and it simply makes the point that either direct or circumstantial evidence are sufficient to prove an enterprise, which means that inference, deduction from conduct, which shows a common design on the part of the persons charged to act together for the accomplishment of an unlawful purpose. It doesn't have to be a full-blown confession. It doesn't have to be expressed. And Akintoya went on to emphasize that this is not, and I know we've talked about this in earlier hearings, Your Honor, this is not the meaning of a minds necessary to form a contract. A mere tacit understanding is sufficient. It does not actually require that any words ever be spoken or there ever be any written communication so long as the jury is persuaded. Here, of course, we have lots of words, we have lots of communications. Similar principle for an enterprise. Its existence may also be inferred from circumstantial evidence. An enterprise is just a group of individuals who are associated in fact. RICO divides its enterprise definition, beginning by listing a lot of things that are formal, legally recognized entities like corporations. And then it has this second component, less formal entities, a group of individuals associated in fact. That's what we're talking about here. I'm not going to repeat everything here to say that it also applies to the Gang Act. I'll just say the definition of a criminal street gang and the definition of an association of fact enterprise are very, very similar. And essentially everything I'm saying today is going to have application to the gang charges as well. I won't belabor that. the Georgia Gang Act is a linear descendant of RICO, crafted for a specific special application. So many of the principles are the same. As with a conspiracy, it has long been recognized that a jury can infer the existence of the enterprise on the basis of circumstantial evidence. They can draw the natural inferences that come from evidence of association. Importantly, every defendant here is a defendant in the RICO conspiracy count, which means the evidence that we're talking about is applicable to, relevant to, admissible to every single one of them. All right. We've talked a lot up to this point.
I don't know why it pauses now, but it must have felt my eyes going across. Let me see. Is that on my end? Okay, so it's not me because the chat over there like, what? They must not listen. I don't think it's fair, okay? For them to be sitting there taking these people through this boring ass shit, because I'm over here just a spectator and I'm bored as hell. Like, just give us the, like, now I kind of understand when I used to actually, like, just read the paperwork first and then talk about it. I can see why people just used to be like, no, Mickey, no, don't do that. Cause like when I be hearing this, especially if it's something I'm not interested in, I'm just like, huh. And that's why I don't go over case law. For people that be wondering why every time I'm doing paperwork, I skip case law, cause hell, I be nodding off reading it. So I can only imagine people that's not really into law like that and don't want to hear no freaking case law. Okay. Oh, this is something, man. Let me tell you. This is something. Like it still froze. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Okay, I think they're about to fix it. Hopefully. But if not, I done got so bored listening to the lyrics and I really didn't want to hear what the RICO. And another thing with the RICO whole conversation right here. Well, obviously, you need to tell the jury about the RICO, right? You need to tell them. The jury is not present. The judge know what the hell a RICO is. What we need to know is why the hell is you trying to say because he said left cheek, right cheek on a song, it meant he shot somebody in the left and right cheek. And no, that's not what they said. I'm just making up shit to go because I can't remember the exact lyrics they were using. Like, it's just crazy to me. I got it, Paradox. But yeah, like, that's crazy. And boring. Okay? Like, why would you even want to do that? And law and crime, what you got going on? Okay. Now, shout out to Paradox, man. She was able to look into the if game, and it's actually, okay, a if game for real, right? And according now, again, y'all know we love some Google. So, I can't hold no match to it, but I'm just saying, Google says, okay. What does Google say? Google says an Inglewood family gangster bloods is based out of Inglewood, California, and is one of the oldest blood sets. It has several subsets, including the rolling 80s, most common in Albany, Georgia, 77th Street, and Ransom Gang. But damn, ain't that in Atlanta? Like, y'all know, I'm not even about to try to wrap my head around it. Y'all know when it comes to the gang shit, for one, my eyes go across two, okay? And for two, that ain't my type of politics. So, I leave that one there. Was Lucci Mom Pow before or after the lyrics? Now that's a good point. And you know what? If I was thinking, I would have been paying attention more to the songs they were saying, because that's a good point. I don't even remember the song they said that was in. She was going, Yeah, it's on me. I was about to blame the lady for how she was talking. It was on me, but she was just skipping from. I heard a 2014 song, then I heard another 2019 song, then it was a 2021, and all the other fellas in this mix I don't even listen to, so I can't even tell you what the hell they used to say. Like, to be honest, I only had heard one Gunna song, and that was the one with Lil Baby. And then hell yeah, the rest of them I never listened to. Like Woony Lee, or I don't even remember what his rap name is. I ain't never listened to that. I got you, Borden, too. But yeah, law and crime still. Let me see what they let me say. I used to go, well, I ain't gonna say I used to. I be in a chat on like Melly cases and shit. I ain't gonna lie. They chat be having me feel like a little celebrity, okay? Cause I be rolling up in there and people be like, hey Mickey, I like your channel. I'm like, y'all see how I use the voices? That's how I be thinking in my head, like if they was talking how they'll be saying it. But yeah, shout out to Law and Crime chat, okay? But yeah, they still down. I'm just gonna leave it like that. But yeah, that shit crazy. You talking about just the house? No, I think it was a house allegedly per YouTube. You know, I don't know for real. She is really gonna confuse the jury if this happened. Okay, cause listen, the only thing that stood out to me, I'm gonna tell y'all, but y'all know I do got like ADD to a certain extent, or ADHD, one of the two, probably both of them. But anyway, what kept distracting me, for one, her hair needed to be brushed in bed. That my eyes kept going to that, right? And the only thing about her voice that stood out was when she cursed, said nigga, and was just reciting the words to the song. That's all I can remember, right? And allegedly, and she say, no, she always be like alleged. Y'all remember, for those who don't know, back when I first started, y'all listen to my earlier not interviews. Fuck. I think the fucking mimosa sketching up. My earlier videos, I used to say allegedly like a million times in the video when I first was learning it. But y'all make sure y'all like, comment, share, subscribe, tell a friend to pull up on your girl Mickey Truth, man. It is what, 4:27 p.m. my time. I've been on live for about an hour and a half. We haven't done a YSL hearing in a while, so I decided just to go live, because although they demonetized me, y'all know I'm still gonna pull up and shot and break it down for the truth team and cut up with y'all. So really, that's what we're doing. We're really cutting up at this point, because this whole hearing has been foolery to me. I'm just gonna be real. Foolery.
They helped establish
But we back.
one of its alleged purposes, or the means
damn,
and
he's still
methods by
talking. I
which
thought he
it
was gonna be
achieved
done.
those purposes. Any one of those would have been sufficient. All of those were present there. All of those are present here. Similarly, in United States v. Wilson, in Eastern District of New York gang case, they referred there, the enterprise was called the Stapleton Crew. Rap lyrics were appropriately permitted into evidence because they helped to determine, again, first of all, whether that enterprise even existed, and secondly, whether it was engaged in racketeering
Paradox,
activity.
you just diagnosed me, because that's exactly what I got. Selective ADHD.
So
damn, that's perfect how you said it. That is how I am too.
These are things that my colleague Ms. Hilton has mentioned, so I'm not going to belabor them. I'm not going to go into as much detail. I just want to emphasize them from the RICO perspective. So, beat a murder rap, me and my slimes above the law. Again, this is Mr. Steelwell saying, me and my slimes.
Oh, hell no. Is he trying to rap
Mr.
lyrics?
Steelwell was part of them. They functioned as a group. They are above the law.
I might pay more attention.
In the indictment, we specifically allege, among the things, the goals and objectives of this enterprise was establishing a fearsome reputation, one that intimidated potential opponents, one that protected the gang's reputation and territory and expanded it. This is all consistent with that. YSL won't fold. Pick his ass off from the balcony. Murder. Wipe a nose. Murder. bragging about beating, went too far. And the first one, bragging about beating a murder rap. In this case is replete with murders, attempted murders, conspiracies to commit murder. And it's YSL won't fold. It's not Mr. Williams saying I won't fold. It's him saying YSL won't fold. He's speaking for YSL. He's confirming YSL's existence. Relevant to association with and participation in the gang. Mr. Kendrick tells us, we've looked at this language again, I'm emphasizing it from the RICO perspective. I rep my life for real. Let's just stop and look at that for a minute. He's saying, I'm telling the truth. This isn't hypothetical. This isn't performative. I rep my life for real. Forest lines, you know I kill. I will kill for this game. How you doing? I'm Yank Gotti. I got bodies on bodies, right, Mr. Kendrick? Again, he's told you he's a slime, and now he's telling you he's got bodies on bodies. This tells you there's an enterprise. This tells you the nature of the enterprise, or at least part of the nature of the enterprise. We've discussed the I shot at his mommy comment.
Messy Tony, what it do?
Again,
Messy
Act
Tony.
41
Shout out to Tony
specifically
Snow for pulling up.
is Mr. Lucci's mother does get shot.
Okay, now the first time they said her house, so she got shot.
Things that exist only in some performative, creative ether. They have real world implications. People get hurt. People get killed. Mr. Williams, ooh, I done for the crew. I done did the robbing. I done did the jacket. Right? We've alleged a conspiracy to violate 1614(4)(a), acquiring money and property through a pattern of racketeering activity. He's saying, I done for the crew, not for himself, the crew. I done did the robbing. I done did the jacket. Confirming A, his involvement, B,
Hold on, pause. Boredom. Did you just say you think you got asthma? Where you get asthma from? Look, we talking about ADHD and boredom talking about she might have asthma too. Shout out to the truth team, man. Boredom, you really made me laugh.
We're not pulling the existence of YSL out of nowhere. Violence, nature of the enterprise. What I've been talking about previously was existence and to some degree nature. Now a little bit more about the nature. Specifically, there are I can't remember the total count. It is more than 20 acts, overt acts and acts of racketeering activity that are alleged in this case that involve murder, an attempted murder, conspiracy.
Beware of Tony Snow.
An aggravated battery, an aggravated assault, or
shout out. Tony Snow was original truth team member. Shout out to him, man. I see you over there popping on YouTube too. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to Tony Snow.
The overt acts that also constitute racketeering activity that are involving rival gang members. And
why they don't just cut all their hair off?
We have a situation where YSL is defining itself in part of.
I always thought that was fun.
Its rivals are by intimidation of them, by threatening them, and frankly by killing them whenever possible. And so, Mr. Thomas, Mr. Holmes, Mr. Drinks, all victims of murder.
Damn, he just said whenever possible, like it's a freaking hobby or something.
Mr. Hendricks, Mr. Saunders, Mr. Bennett, all attempted murders, all alleged in the indictment.
Sometimes I be pulling up hand in the bushes incognito. You know, I be on my own celebrity shit. Can't pop out too much and let people know.
Second conspiracy to kill him. The first he was stabbed. There was a second murder effort put together. It was detected and intercepted. So he was never actually physically threatened, but the intent was to kill him. And so we see this. We see these acts.
Zaria, we over here sipping mimosas and listening to them talk about rap lyrics.
Killings.
being murder
A
confessions and
reasonable
shit.
person
What
can
you
look
do?
at this language and say, Mr. Williams is saying, I'm giving a lawyer $2 million. He's handling all the killings for YSL. Okay? Not just Mr. Williams, everybody. He's paying for everybody. All right. It's all mob business. We known to kill the biggest cats of all kittens. There's a group here. It's got a business. Its business is mob business. Part of that mob business is murder. Reasonable witness can look at that and fairly draw those conclusions.
Hold on. Now they comparing them to the mob? Shit.
Defendants, what it means, again, I got mob ties, using the same terminology, bragging about the death of a rival gang member. Mr. Williams, we really be slime, association with the group, we committing them crimes, the nature of the enterprise. You want
Tony Snow is the same damn judge.
Again, the nature of the
Glansville.
enterprise. We keep switches on our Glocks. I'm turning a Glock into an automatic weapon.
Y'all
Fires
better
over
leave them
1,000
switches
rounds
alone.
a minute. That's the Glock. It has a switch.
Oh shit, that's the Glock.
Again, we're not
shit. Okay, now y'all might be on the same. Those who said the feds might pick it up. I ain't know he got caught with a switch.
Violence against law enforcement.
They might try to get him on the fed shit with that switch shit. They don't be playing with them shits.
We've heard the refrain. Hey, that slime shit, YSL shit, killing 12 shit. We know that there will be testimony that 12 is a reference to law enforcement. What actually happened here? Act 163. YSL associate Christian Amperature shoots APD officer David.
Facts, big pressure, facts. Be mindful what you say on wax, man.
Also shoots at APD officer William Johnson. Fortunately, Officer Johnson is not hit. This is a connection. These lyrics, these videos don't exist in some detached isolation. They are predictive of things that will happen. They are boastful of things that did happen. They are intended quite deliberately to tell the world there is a YSL, what YSL does, what YSL will do, and if you happen to be one of its rivals, what will happen to YSL. And this is, I'm nearing the end of this, Your Honor. As Ms. Hilton pointed out, we have language very specifically from Mr. Williams in which he is describing himself as a leader. Recall when I began 1614-4B, one of the substantive offenses the state's alleged the defendants conspired to violate includes conducting an enterprise, i.e. leading, directing an enterprise, right? Here's Mr. Williams saying, come enroll to the YSL school, confirming there is a YSL. I swear I'm the principal, the leader, the head person, all right? In case that seems to be nebulous or inconclusive, let's take a look at the next one. I get all kinds of cash. I get all type of cash. I'm a general. Generals lead armies. Generals don't function by themselves. They have an army. I told them to shoot 100 rounds. I told them. He tells people what to do. Those people do it. Shoot 100 rounds. That's a thing a general can do. I was a capo in the hood, okay, adopting traditional organized crime language, a capo decima, capo regime, head of a group, of a subgroup within a larger organized crime family.
Oh shit! Didn't I say that earlier? No, I said boredom was it. Okay, I'm gonna say, didn't I say that word earlier?
Got a lot of followers. Well, here we have confirmation. He's the head honcho of something. He has followers. I'm a perfect leader. I'm a boss. I call the shots. In these,
well, y'all can't call yourselves no boss.
5
you know what?
Snippets.
I ain't making no more
Mr.
music.
Williams says at least 8 different things.
I'm dropping something Friday, by the way.
He is in charge of a group of people. And the language, while somewhat euphemistic, makes it clear read individually or collectively, that this is a group of violent people willing to engage in crime. He describes himself sometimes in a neutral tone like principal, but at other times using terms like capo, general, head honcho, shot caller. In this context, the meaning of that is clear, but it is certainly at a minimum probative. It is certainly at a minimum something reasonable jurors could look at to conclude that, in fact, Mr. Williams is the leader of an association, in fact, enterprise that engages in violent crime as part of its fundamental nature. That crime is committed against rivals, against civilians, and against law enforcement. And so the state's discussed a number of different reasons why this evidence is relevant and is admissible. I just wanted to emphasize it in the specific context of the RICO count that we have, because that count is applicable to all of the defendants. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, sir.
Boredom. Tony Snow was my student. I taught him well. Oh, Lord, it's a third one. What he about to talk about?
Guidepost cases we talked about in terms of how these progress. A few matters to consider in terms of the state's request as we close here for conditional admissibility. The Taylor case, that was the 2022 U.S. District Lexus 206008 case. Again, at the start of our PowerPoint, talking about, Your Honor, the strong preference for conditional admission in that case, rather than a pretrial hearing, but at least making sure that folks understand that matters can be conditionally admitted. We've got that White case of 2023, U.S. District 122492, discussing again that the conditional basis of the admission still leaves the door open to object at trial in the event the proponent of the evidence, that would be the state in this case, fails to lay the proper foundation. Of course, it would leave the door open for a 403 objection as well. And then lastly, the Torres case, 435 F sup 3rd 526, 435 F sup 3rd 526, dealing with co-conspirator hearsay, discussing again that the moving forward with the with conditional admissibility still leaves the door open to objections at a later point in time, but the objections that the court believed at that earlier pretrial stage were unsustainable, said that those could not be raised later. Let me read it there. Defendants are able to object to the admission of particular statements as not properly within one of these three categories. Those were the three co-conspirator hearsay categories that we went through from that case. But the court rejects their arguments regarding the specific statements discussed in the government's motion. Those would be the ones that would be that were considered at length there. Now, Your Honor, for this hearing, we do have at State's Exhibit 18 a complete print version of the PowerPoint. State's Exhibit 19, the gang lyrics concept chart, that was the flow chart, and at 20, the 4 boards that were used by Deputy District Attorney Helton and Special Assistant District Attorney Floyd for purposes of their argument. I'm going to tender these into the record at this time.
Can you share my phone?
Some of the defense guys have seen it.
Okay, well, you'll get it, but you've seen the PowerPoint and you've seen the exhibits, right?
Well,
Yes or no? Yes or no?
yeah.
Have you seen the PowerPoints and the exhibits? I'll make sure you get a copy. Okay, all right.
I know Ms. Love, Deputy District Attorney Love is working on that, Your Honor.
Yeah, make sure everybody gets a copy of that.
So, Your Honor, what's the defense left with when the 403 objection fails? They're again left with an unsupportable genre-specific exclusion. And what they're asking for is essentially for one single genre of music to receive some sort of insulation from the application of the rules of evidence. And in this Commonwealth versus Knox case from Pennsylvania, that was rejected when it came to criminal charges, but the principle still applies. There's no First Amendment protection for lyric evidence, speech evidence being used as proof of a crime. And we're back to where we started because this is actus reus and mens rea territory. So this defense seeks that.
Oh, I remember they was talking about that on Legally Blonde.
Actually, they're asking for the court to impose sua sponte, rather than the legislature through the process that actually would apply, a content-based rule of exclusion. In other words, if it's this kind of lyric from this kind of music, it should be out. And the legislature likely could never pass anything like that, as a McKinsey case from our Supreme Court points out. That raises actually, Your Honor, and we know the court's sensitive to this, a separation of powers issue from what they're asking of this court. They're asking for essentially a judicially crafted rule of exclusion, which is exactly what 402 doesn't allow. And that's what is told to us in terms of a court does not have the authority to rewrite statutes. That's Starr Residential versus Hernandez. And then lastly,
I can't be on no jury.
from now Justice Pinson back when he was Judge Pinson.
Because I don't forgot what he was talking about.
Rogers, Georgia's Rule 402 chose constitutional and statutory text over, in that case, and this is definitely, we recognize not the court, judicial imagination as a touchstone of admissibility. So we do not have, Your Honor, a First Amendment concern here at all. The speech is not what's being prosecuted. The behaviors are what's being prosecuted, and the speech in form of the gang lyric is admissible against them. And we talked about reductio ad absurdum analysis, Your Honor, and in terms of the Unabomber, if somehow his manifesto was set to music, would that have made it inadmissible?
Tony Snow ain't about Houston. Shout out to Houston, man.
Judge
my very first set though
would someone
of
have
viewers.
seriously contended that they should not have been admitted against Timothy McVeigh? And yet the extension of the arguments we're seeing here really grabbed that. Similarly, Your Honor, the extension of the arguments would appear to say that an additional Miranda question should be asked of suspects. In other words, if you sing or rap your confession, you're aware that won't be admissible. And Your Honor, that is not the law of the state of Georgia. That is not the federal constitution law. And that is not the sort of concept that should apply in this case. Again, Your Honor, for the particularized lyrics we've admitted, we have introduced and discussed today. We ask that the court conditionally.
No, they shouldn't let the lyrics in.
Request, Your Honor,
I don't care what he's saying.
We will admit that the court apply these principles and ask for those to be conditionally admitted pursuant to the case law that we have presented. And lastly, Your Honor, we respectfully request that the defense motions based on Rule 401, 403, and of course the First Amendment be denied and this evidence be treated in accord with federal and Georgia law.
Oh yeah, you know I'm coming to Houston for the takeoff trial. You already know that. For sure, if it go to trial, but yeah, for sure.
Okay, on behalf of the defendants, Mr. Steele, Mr. Weinstein, are you deferring to Mr. Steele this one time?
Could we have 5 minutes to discuss that before we move forward, Your Honor? I promise I'll be fine.
I really would like to go now. I mean,
man, we just listen to an hour and a half of these people talking about lyrics.
Keep at it.
Your Honor, as opposing counsel is approaching the bench, we would also tender states 1 to 20 into evidence this time.
All right. Under the auspices of
he sleep.
Rule of evidence 24 dash.
He got Alzheimer's or something. Like the hell, he be stopping mid-sentence. Y'all be stressing these judges out. Okay. Hey, we're gonna have a true team kickback, like party in Houston for sure. That's where it all started.
And I assume, Mr. Carlson, you're asking the court to consider this under 24-1-104 preliminary questions.
Yes, conditional admissibility there, Your Honor, and strictly for purposes of this hearing. We recognize other rules
All
apply.
right, gentlemen.
Your Honor, I understand what the court just said about the statutory provision. I do have specific objections, but if you're saying rule of evidence is not applicable, you understand it's proper, we can clean it up on our side. I think that's what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm saying that at this point in time because it's depending upon our rule, of course, and also depending upon certainly a trial foundation would have to be laid in order for any of this to be admissible. So just for the purposes of this particular hearing, I'm going to admit as a 104 determination or consider them stage 1 through 20.
So you're allowing both sides to
Yeah.
take profit.
Yes.
Anything you want, and you'll separate the
Yes, and you may do the same, sir.
I understand.
Okay.
Still about to lay it on the ass.
Objections, but I will deal with them as I go along.
Okay. All right.
I'm sorry.
Still gonna get in there. Yeah. Yeah, this stuff is crazy. I ain't gonna lie. They all over. I mean, this been a year, seem like, okay. Tony Snow, don't be coming over here questioning us. We know things, okay? Because we watch Law and Order season 1 through 26. But anyway, don't be questioning my peoples, okay? Y'all, for the y'all that don't know, Tony Snow used to be part of the Truth Team. Then he got him some clout and he went over there and started his own channel. Now he be over there just in his bag. I don't even know what y'all be talking about half the time, but I be peeping it. They be lit over there on lives and stuff. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe, okay? Oh yeah, for sure. We is definitely going to Houston. Truth Team, we are going to Houston. Okay, when Patrick Clark goes on trial for the murder of Takeoff, we in there. I definitely gonna have me security though, cause y'all ain't about to be fooling with me in Houston. Okay, Houston pull up in the black trucks and be on some other shit. Okay, but definitely we going to Houston. Okay, I'm gonna have the top flight security though. Okay. All that. But yeah, we definitely pulling up to the trial for sure. Oh yeah. Still about to y'all see him hold that head. He's like, man, just don't let me get locked up today. That's what he just told himself. Like, let me not get locked
Your
up.
Honor, how long do you plan on going today? All right, thank you, Your Honor.
Not question how long. Tony Snow, I ain't,
Good afternoon,
I
Your Honor.
might need to check in for
All right, good
sure.
afternoon, sir.
Doug Weinstein for Diamante Kendrick. Wow. That is a lot to respond to.
Okay.
It is to set up straw men and knock them down.
Ooh.
The state is saying that the defendants are asking for a special exception for a single genre of music. We are not. That is nonsense. We are asking essentially for the same thing that the state is. Use the Georgia rules, use the law, apply it in this case. But I will say this about rap music, and let's call it rap music, not gang lyrics or rap, we can call it rap lyrics. As Professor Dennis at the University of Georgia says, rap is the only fictional art form treated this way. No other musical genre and no other art is used in the same way and to the same extent. And there's so many examples of that. Look at Kevin Spacey. Kevin Spacey is accused of felony sexual assault up in Maryland in December 2018. He's played reprehensible characters in movies repeatedly, in TV shows. None of that
I see where he's going with. I see where he's going.
He's brought to court in the UK. I appreciate that's not the US. His roles are not dragged in. So we hear a lot of things about what Yak Gotti rapped. Yak Gotti is not on trial here. And there's a giant elephant in the room, which is that we're ignoring art. There is art here, and the art has to be separated from the real life. And I do not believe, although the state does not address that.
But wouldn't the art fall under the First Amendment?
Art does fall under the First Amendment.
Well, I'm just asking this.
Now he ain't asked me a question with the prosecutor.
I'm here to kind of make some preliminary decisions, but
certainly.
No, I don't know, fair dog.
My art or what I am, my
this
genre,
bias already.
What I am trying to assert is
this bias.
This happens to be criminal in nature, or maybe a statement against interest, or maybe some other type of admission.
Fooling around with this guy.
Would the same rules apply?
Well, I think what you have to do and what your task you're fortunate enough to have this task, is to separate what is the expression of a character, an artistic character, from what the author or the lyricist is saying.
Oh, I need to check that out.
Lyricists write things for characters
I go to the range
say.
on Saturday.
That has happened in music for years. For years. I like John Prine. John Prine, when he was in his early 20s, wrote Angel from Montgomery. I'm an old woman who comes from Montgomery, flies from Montgomery.
Because he ain't asked them no questions
Is an old woman.
in an hour and a
He
half.
writes hello in there about old people. But what they're thinking, it's not the same.
But if my lyrics or my
artistic
expression relate to an action or my mental state, wouldn't they be subject to being admitted or a court considering them or a fact finder, a jury?
Are you
considering them
freaking
for
trying? Like, what you
for
doing,
reasons
Judge?
that they're authorized to?
Yeah, I understand. But only in rap music do you say that the person, the character rapping, the persona rapping, in this case, the persona Yak Gotti rapping.
Okay, that's just my name.
Only-
That's my stage name, and that's the name that I go.
Okay,
under.
pair it out.
I'm still tied to that particular person. Like it's still tied to your client, right?
Even
Yak
the lawyer
Gotti's
looking
your
like the
client's
fuck.
nickname, right?
Yak Gotti is
Or stage name.
Yak Gotti is his stage name. That's
Okay.
correct.
All right.
But when Yak Gotti is rapping, it's not proper to take what he's rapping and say, that is the mental state of this person. That is what he is thinking. That's a perspective of his song, of his rap. And from where he comes from, he is expressing views that come out of
Yeah,
that
God
community. He
looking
is
like, yeah, preach,
making-
sir. Y'all
He
see how he
is making
shake his head like, hell
cultural
yeah, that's all I was
He
thinking.
is speaking. Am I going too fast?
No. I need something right quick. Thank you.
Yeah,
He's
he ain't
speaking-
doing right.
One sec,
Because
sorry.
the judge ain't
Go ahead,
even-
Mr.
Ready?
Weinstein. Yeah, I'm ready. Go ahead.
He's speaking in the conventions of that genre of music. And in gangster rap, what do the producers,
He
what
ain't
do
put the
record
gangster rap,
companies,
though.
and frankly, what does the audience expect? They expect these lyrics. So he provides these lyrics.
But the lyrics fall under actus reus.
Is
or
he
mens
still
rea.
talking?
Aren't they? Don't I have to first look at them under 401? As Mr. Carlson made this nice linear diagram. I like that because I'm trying to follow things from A to B, C to D. But why would they not? Why could not the court consider those under that particular line or lineage?
I think that's a great line to look at it. Let's start with 401 and 402. Are they relevant? And the lyrics spoken as a character are not relevant
It's an actor
to
or
the
character
actions of the
in some
person who
movie.
inhabits that character
Right.
on stage or on the album.
OG, what it do?
There's a distinction between those that the court has to draw just to even see if they're relevant under 401, Your Honor. And then once you determine if they're relevant, let's assume they are relevant. I'm not there yet. I don't agree with that. But let's assume that they are relevant. Once you're determined that they're relevant, then you've got to do the 403 analysis. And
Well, actually, 402.
402 and then 403, yes. But then the question is, I know what the state's going to want to do. Throw it out there to the jury. Let us put our competing arguments, our competing meanings before the jury and let them decide. But when you've got something that is unfairly prejudicial, which is what rap music is, what you'll hear Mr. Steele's experts testify about at some point, what you'll hear him proffer when he argues, they're unfairly prejudicial. And if you do not serve as that gatekeeper function, Your Honor, then that jury is going to take the meaning and perhaps misconstrue it or misattribute it. And that's just
true.
not proper. And
That's that. Well, it depends on one, whether it's admissible, and two, it depends on how good your advocacy is.
I agree with that, Your Honor. So let's see how it goes.
So yeah, I mean,
I don't agree with that, Judge.
Jury, of course, to give it the weight and engage it.
Putting some lyrics out there for a jury that
that
probably don't even listen to rap
instructions that
music
they get
is
from
not.
court. Isn't that ultimately, if admissible, what the jury's going to do? You're going to sift and weight this evidence.
But if it's unfairly prejudicial, Your Honor, it should
Fact.
not even
How would
come
you say
in
it's unfairly prejudicial?
because of the nature of the music, the violence in the music, the extreme language in the music.
Right.
It is prejudicial. If it was,
Yeah, because it's painting a picture at a RICO case that's alleging a gang. Oh, I want to jump in this man's body to answer this guy.
Why it's
You know why.
part of it.
Tell him, God damn it.
In Ward v. Ruck against racism, 491 U.S. 781, 810 would be the pen site, note 7. Justice Thurgood Marshall quotes, he's quoting someone else, "New music always sounds loud to old ears." And that's what we've got here. New music always sounds loud to old ears. The state knows that. They know what this music is going to sound like to the jury. And it has always been thus so. When I was young, in my day, we listened to the Sex Pistols, offensive stuff. God Save the Queen, she's not a human being. Elvis Costello, I'll stand on your grave and tramp down the dirt. Butthole Surfers, all of it offensive. But
shit, the name's offensive. The fuck kind of names is those?
I mean,
son, what's going on with law and crime today? Even the chat is saying this is wrong, okay, on law and crime. Like, that is so crazy. He know, because for one, they're rappers, and we all know the stigma around rappers, okay? Then the particular lyrics that you're pointing out, right? For one, it's a RICO case, and you're alleging that these rappers are gang members. So you're going to play music that was written or could be considered, okay, expression or art. So they are expressing themselves as a rapper in hip hop or whatnot. And they're saying these lyrics, and you want to put them in front of a jury and don't understand how that would be presidential. Y'all, I said it without fucking it up. Y'all know I normally can't say that word. But anyway, that sounds crazy to me. And this is in any case, unless you sit there, okay, and say you bent the block, pull out the glizzy, shot him in between his eyes, and the actual murder you on trial for, you actually bent the block, shot him with the glizzy. You know what I'm saying? Unless that shit is painting that like that, I don't think they should use it. No, they didn't remove him. They need to, because for one, again, the whole hour and 35 minutes estimate that the state 3 prosecutors was talking, he not one time said nothing other than, I don't have that page. Other than that, he ain't say nothing. The first defense attorney comes up, okay, and barely can get the first part of his damn spiel out before he started asking all these questions. I don't think that's fair. Now, if he was asking a prosecutor questions, that's one thing. But you ain't asked nothing. You sat there and let these people say the same shit 3 different ways. Like, come on. Like, that's crazy. And again, I don't know if these people innocent or guilty, okay? I ain't saying they ain't really been rapping about some shit. But as far as in the law, it's no way, man. That's like, listen, I'll be honest. If, right, I was on the jury and they put in, okay, some heavy metal, right, lyrics in front of me, that, I don't know if y'all ever listen to heavy metal, or even, you ain't got to listen to, go Google the lyrics to a song. That shit is crazy. I watched the YouTube video with the words popping across, and I was like, what the fuck is that they saying? You would think they trying to tell people to go commit fucking suicide, like, for real. So if I was on a jury, you put some lyrics in front of me, okay, of heavy metal, and you're saying this is a heavy metal gang, bruh, yeah, you right. That mean what the fuck they mean, because in my mind, it's already trying to tell people to do shit. So again, it's crazy.
If that were the case, then of course, songwriters often embellish or bluster things that certainly.
Oh yeah, this judge out of line
for shock value, but isn't that for if it's admissible on one of these purposes, isn't that for a jury to decide whether or not, hey, those lyrics truly are something would happen in this particular case?
Again, as soon as you put it in front of the jury, as soon as you put these lyrics right here, I just beat a murder rap, paid my lawyer 30. For slimes, you know I kill, et cetera, et cetera. As soon as you put that, the blinders drop. They hear that and they're like, these guys are guilty. Look at the jurors.
Yes, that's what they gonna look at.
They're
I'm
going to
telling you,
look
because
at
I look
these
at it like
lyrics
that.
and instantly say they are guilty. They are not going to look at the evidence that's actually probative of their
Man,
guilt. Once
okay.
these lyrics get in front of them, I really do not believe that
Put
they
Murder
will,
on My
and I
Mind
think we're
lyrics
gonna
in
have
front of somebody and
experts
not
that'll
tell them when
testify
that damn
something to
song
that
came
account.
out and when the murders happened. Come on
Well,
now.
the experts are one thing, but the jury's charged with, you know, listening to the evidence.
Oh,
You
he
all have
full of
spent almost
shit.
10 months picking the fairest jurors that questionnaire tended to weed out those particular people that immediately might be of that bent of mind. But
Man,
these
his
jurors
ass
are
need to
going to give both of
retire.
you a fair, a full, and a lawful trial. And these particular, whatever evidence is presented in this case,
He gonna let them
will
shits in.
be, that's presented in the four walls of this courtroom. They will weigh that testimony within
They're not gonna weigh
the
shit.
confines of the court's charge.
They're gonna make a
and the law
biased
that I'll give
answer.
them
I'm
to the
telling
evidence
you.
as they determine it to be. So to your point about thinking that they're immediately going to come to this particular
They are.
conclusion, I don't believe that the jurors that you selected are going to do that. That's why you did that.
I believe
For 10 months.
We're still at.
I
We're
believe our
still
jurors
at.
will do
Because this dude
the
ain't
absolutely
aggressive
best
enough.
job that they can. I think that we've selected a great juror between the state and the defense and this court. But they're human beings, and they're going to respond as human beings when they are assaulted with. I think we've had about 60 lyrics that were particularized so far, and they're
with the same words.
Even more. And when they hear that over and over and over again, what's the point of even having a Rule 403 if the attitude is going to be, well, I will give them instructions and then they will follow my instructions, and therefore they will render an accurate verdict. That rule is there for a reason, Your Honor.
I thought I was on mute.
You are correct, but as Mr. Carlson mentioned, that a lot of our rules are rules of inclusion, not necessarily exclusion. I mean, I do have to take a look at 403 depending on what the evidence is being offered.
I agree, Your Honor, and I also agree with Mr. Carlson that the burden is on us when we're looking at Rule 403.
Yes.
And that the default setting is inclusion. Yeah. So that's why we're here today.
Okay.
To discuss why they should.
Don't agree with no Carson. He against you. God damn it.
I think I don't have
just pass
to
the
go
book.
through. We all agree that music is protected by the First Amendment. To get back to this,
can't be.
But
yeah.
It certainly is going to have a chilling effect. And I'm not asking you to, and by the way, everything I say here, I'm speaking for Mr. Kendrick. I'm not speaking for Mr. Williams. So I want to make sure that's clear, because I don't know exactly what positions they
that in there for.
But I'm not asking you to bar.
No shit. You ain't his lawyer.
Admission of rap music because it's music, or rap music because it's rap music. I'm not looking for a specific exclusion for that. I'm just looking for you to do the standard analysis, 401, 402, 403.
He done told you that.
The Supreme Court in Dawson v. Delaware, 503 U.S. 159.
Okay, I'll be right back. I got to put my dinner on.
Has looked at, now they were looking in the context of sentencing, but they did look at First Amendment issues as it relates to introduction of evidence before the court. And in that case, they were looking at evidence of admission to, I believe, the Aryan Brotherhood, a despicable
threats. I mean, Mr. Carlson mentioned those are threat related kind of issues. How would you distinguish that?
Well, I think in Dawson v. Delaware, it wasn't a threat issue. They were just raising the question of whether under the First Amendment, when sentencing, you could look at whether they were even members of this group. In that case,
for sentencing?
For sentencing. I don't want to mislead the court. That was for sentencing. Okay. The court didn't say it's barred. They didn't say it's barred. They just said you have to, when you have a First Amendment issue at play, you just have to make sure that it's relevant. And that's really, in some ways, no different than in any case. You have to make sure it's relevant. But I think the important part is that I think it's particularly sensitive when you're looking at First Amendment issues. One moment, Your Honor. So let's talk about relevance. I would argue that the lyrics that Mr. Kendrick performs as Ya Gotti are not relevant to this case. They are an artist who is rapping a song. Yes, he wrote it. Yes, he's rapping it. Yes, he appears in videos. But to attribute that to the mental state of Mr. Kendrick is just not appropriate. There is no other art form that is treated this way. There are other artists in other fields, country music, for example, that do not have to, when they face charges, they do not have to face having to defend the lyrics that they wrote or the songs that they sung. I would just like to briefly, and I apologize, I do not have a printout of this, but I can circulate it. It's only 4 slides, but I think it would just aid the court if I put them up rather than reading them.
Do you have my thumb drive or anything?
I can get that. I can email it to you if you'd like.
No, I was gonna say you could share it on.
I can put. Can we put it up on the screen? Thank you.
All right. Okay. Let's let technology do a little work for us. Okay.
Absolutely, Your Honor.
All right. Okay. All right.
Okay. Let's just briefly. I'm not going to belabor this point with the court.
And we'll of course, you can, for the purpose of this hearing, I'll consider it as D1. Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor. Okay. So let's look at some people. And by the way, when I'm bringing these up, I am doing it under a similar analysis that you would do in this case. In other words, I'm going to argue that there has to be some nexus between the crime charged and the lyrics in the case. That is what, if you look at all the cases, there has to be some nexus.
Well, you have to go to access rate or mens rate.
Yeah.
Okay.
So here, let's look at this. Johnny Cash. All right. In 1965, he faces charges in federal court. What's he done? Allegedly. Well, he pled guilty. So he smuggled 688 Dexies, 457 Equinel into the U.S. from Juarez, Mexico. He pleads guilty in federal court, but he never has to face Delia's Gone. Delia's Gone, all these songs, by the way, are written before this. They could have used Delia's Gone. Okay? She was low down, trifling, cold and mean, evil, grab my sub machine. Okay, next, please. Willie Nelson, famous marijuana user, loves it, advocates for it. In 2010, they found marijuana on his tour bus in Texas. 2006, 1.5 pounds of marijuana and 3 ounces of shrooms. You couldn't really speak directly about marijuana.
I don't know what it sounds like. My bad, y'all. I had to walk to go start my dinners.
So in his song In a Memory off the album Willie Nelson and Family, he says, I'm a love that you know from a song. I'm a voice on a green telephone. I'm a day that lasted so long. 1971. They did not bring this up. It was not used against him.
Are you saying he was under the influence of marijuana?
When he wrote that, Your Honor?
Or maybe some other...
well, I'm not going to say what Willie was doing then, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right.
Next, please.
I'm with you.
2006.
I would have said what the hell his ass was doing. That's part of my argument.
Okay. He's charged, and by the way, there's a connection. Charged with aggravated assault, drunk driving, hit and run. Here's the song Tequila. I was at the, and I'm not going to sing it, Your Honor, so you'll have to forgive me.
Did he write this song after the
before
the okay.
Every song I present to you was written and released before the charges.
Okay, I'm with you.
All right. I'm not going to be sneaky that way. I was at the bar with my drinking team. It was me, Jack Daniels, and my honey, Jim Beam. We were kind of blitzed. Thank you, Your Honor. Would you like to perform it? Because I know that you're famous.
Dang, okay.
For your
like he's not correcting the lyrics.
People pirating me. Okay, so
I know a good copyright lawyer.
All right.
But here's these drinking songs that are not brought up against him. Next, please. This is the last one I'll do. Tim McGraw and Kenny Chesney charged with disorderly conduct, and McGraw is charged with a felony for assaulting a police officer in 2000. And I believe this is a Chesney song that was released before then. It's a great song. It's the simple things in life, like the kids at home and loving wife. I'll just jump to the end. The devil takes your hand and says, no fear, have another shot, just one more beer. Next, please. Last. This is not a song, but it's a statement of frustration from a singer and a songwriter. It's the frustration that I bet all of the defendants in this room feel. David Allen Coe.
I thought you wasn't talking about all the defendants.
Country music probably ever recorded. Released them on underground albums. I'm a songwriter, you know, and to me, it has always bothered me that actors in the movies can say whatever they want to say, kill people, rape people, and do things that no one ever accuses them personally of being that way. But when you write a song and then all of a sudden you're being accused of something, to me, songwriting is painting a picture, and all you have, this is important, all you have to work with is words. That's all they have to work with, words. It's stereotype stuff, and he's talking about the racist language he uses. It's stereotype stuff that you hear going up that immediately puts a picture in your head. What Mr. Kendrick is singing about is what he grew up around. What else is he supposed to sing about? He's not going to sing Daydream Believer. He's not going to write that song. He's not going to write about puppies and rainbows and unicorns. This is what he writes about. And now it's being dragged out, and he has to sit in this court and defend. He knows he has to defend these charges, but to have to defend the lyrics that he's writing? Come on. Come on. Thank you. That's enough. If you can turn it off. Anyway, I'll be happy to circulate this later.
If you'll send a copy of that to your colleagues and Ms. Weaver, please.
Absolutely, Your Honor.
That'd be fine, sir.
Okay.
It'll be D1, as I said.
Thank you. Your Honor, in instances where courts have admitted rap lyrics, it's all about the connections, as you've heard today already. Look at Wilson v. State. That is a case that the state has cited. Wilson v. State, 315 Georgia, 728. It's a 2023 case. And in that case, the Supreme Court of Georgia said, sure, you can let in this rap video. That's appropriate. But let's talk about the rap video that was admitted, which you didn't hear about. It was shot 11 days after the robbery and murder at issue in that case. And what's it show 11 days later? The defendant's flashing a gun that could have fired the bullet recovered from the victim's body and singing about hitting his first lick, in other words, committing a robbery. So the court said, well, given the probative nature of the video and it not being unfairly prejudicial in light of its probative value, then according to Wilson, the video being admitted was proper.
It was admitted for the purpose of.
I would have to pull up that case.
If you can tell me. If not,
I can't tell you right now, Your Honor.
Well, that defeated the purpose of what you just said, sir.
Let me get back to that. This case is different. Oh, did y'all put up the bodies on bodies line over there? There we go. Hey, how you doing? I'm Yak Gotti. I got bodies on bodies. Okay. When Yak Gotti is rapping that,
he could be some female on female.
He's not rapping about killing people or allegations relating to the tragic death of Donovan Thomas. He's not rapping about that. What's he rapping about? What is this young guy rapping about? He's rapping about sleeping with a bunch of women at the same time.
I would have went with that too. If I was a lawyer, I would have went with that too.
That's not it. Maybe he's rapping about when he was a high school football star over at Brady. And he was laying people out on the field, bodies on bodies.
Hey,
He's not rapping
hey,
about
y'all
a murder
can't say that
happened
don't make sense.
11
Sound
days
better than
before
what
the
the state
song was
said.
written or performed. He's not flashing guns capable of firing bullets found around Donovan Thomas or bragging about committing his first murder. So it's a different situation. You know what's more analogous? Is US v. Stevenson's 550 F sub 3rd 1246 from the Middle District of Florida in 2021. The U.S. attempted to introduce 3 rap videos against the defendant charged with possession with intent to distribute marijuana. In rejecting the admission of those videos, the court said there was no evidence as to when the lyrics were written, the songs recorded, or the videos edited. And they concluded that the videos were too remote in time to have much probative value, or even of dubious probative value in this case. Where's the evidence of when these lyrics were written and recorded with respect, in time, with respect to these underlying allegations? I don't see it here. I don't think it's been presented to you today, but I'll tell you, and I'm going to go through the 6 specific lyrics. I'm not going to take much time, but I'm going to go through the 6 specific lyrics that they want to introduce, or they've said they're going to introduce against Mr. Kendrick. And you'll see that they're too remote in time.
So you're saying that that references something, 2 other things that potentially Mr. Kendrick was involved in, playing football or getting with ladies? Is that what you're saying?
Here's what I'm saying. That unlike our United States Supreme Court that thinks they're experts in history, I think that courts are experts in law and that they shouldn't get into the business of musicology and trying to figure out what that rap lyric wrote when Mr. Kendrick wrote it or performed it.
Okay, let's go back to Wilson.
Sure.
Wilson, the dope video that's referenced in there, it references the murder weapon. It connects the murder weapon and implicates one of the defendants in the robbery.
Absolutely.
Close in time. So I don't know what this particular thing is going to be tied to, but one of the state's theories is, as mentioned by the state, is that bodies on bodies is that he's been involved with some homicides.
Okay, so I don't know about some homicides, but he's accused of one in here. But the bodies on bodies, let's see when that was released. I'm going to look to that real quick. So I have it here. 2013. That was from Dream, released in 2013. And there's a distinction, by the way, between when something is written, when it's recorded, when it's released. But it's released in 2013. When is the Donovan Thomas murder? 2015. 2 years later. So what does bodies on bodies have to do with the murder of Donovan Thomas?
What?
Nothing.
Did you just say two?
It's here because it's prejudicial. The state knows this. That's why it's here. That's why rap music is introduced. That's why no other genre is introduced. Because rap music is inherently prejudicial. I don't want a special exception for it. I just want you to do the 403 analysis, Your Honor.
So you're saying it doesn't have any linkage? Is that what you're saying?
0. If I could say less than 0, I would.
They trying to link some lyrics from 2 years before. Wow.
Yes. Before I move on with that, hold on 1 second. I thought he released Dream. Is that what you're saying this song comes from?
Yes.
And that was
well, that's what the state says it's from, yes.
I thought that was released April 17, 2015. That's That's what I show on the states, page 43 of states 18.
Oh, I hope it's
I
the wrong
pulled this
day.
2013 from the state's particularized motion.
Well, I think it's released on Apple Music April 17th of 2015. When was Mr. Thomas?
Recorded 2013. Recorded 2013.
But it was released April the 17th of 2015.
When did
the homicide occur?
January 2015. But if it was recorded in 2013, how in 2013, recorded, correct? How when recorded in 2013 did Mr. Kendrick know that Donovan Thomas was going to be murdered in January of 2015? Did he record it, keep it in his back pocket, and wait for the murderer to release it? I think that's absurd.
And that's a good point.
Okay, all right.
You can take.
That's a hell of a point. I ain't gonna
All
tell.
right, well, that's one.
Well, you're on. I'll go through them all.
That's one. Well,
I got time.
Yeah.
Let's
I
do
will
it.
get to it. You better come good like you did
All
with
right.
that one.
I'll get there in just a moment, though, Your Honor. I'm not going to go State versus Skinner, up through State v. Skinner. Again, it's been beaten to death, but that's the New Jersey Supreme Court case that we reference in our briefs, where they basically throw out the rap lyrics, identifying with Bob Marley, and et cetera. But again, on the unfair prejudice, let's look at I'm going to give you a quote from Old Chief v. U.S. 519 U.S. 172, Penn site 180. As the Supreme Court has held, the term unfair prejudice as to a criminal defendant speaks to the capacity of some conceitedly relevant evidence to lure the fact finder into declaring guilt on a ground different from proof specific to the offense charged. That is exactly the risk, that is the danger of admitting these rap lyrics in this case. And look at Rule 404B. Introducing these rap lyrics, I think the clear intent is to show the character of Mr. Kendrick, and that Mr. Kendrick has a propensity to commit the crimes alleged in the indictment. Look at this evil rapper and listen to his words. They're terrible, horrible. Listen to what he says. What a piece of crap character he is. Who else would sing these songs? Who else would rap this music? Heaven forbid our kids hear that. That's not appropriate use. It's not appropriate use. I'm going to leave the state's other arguments right here to Mr. Steele. But I do want to go over the particular lyrics.
The rest of your lyrics.
Yeah, I'm going to go over the lyrics right now.
Let's talk about your lyrics.
Let's talk about lyrics. Let's go.
Let's go. Okay, you better come strong like that last one.
Make sure I hit them all. We've already talked about bodies on bodies. Okay. But again, what is the probative value of something recorded in 2013 to something that happened in 2015? It's got none. And I will not concede that Yak Gotti and Diamante Kendrick are the same person, just as I would not concede that Ian McKellen is Iago. You know, it's not the same situation. This is a character that he portrays on screen, in videos, in concert, but that's not Diamante Kendrick. Bodies on Bodies has multiple meanings. A convention of rap music, as I've been learning, is the importance of double and triple meaning. Finding double, triple, quadruple meaning is it's a critical skill to the lyricist in rap. And that's what you've got with things like Bodies on Bodies, multiple meanings. Let's assume, go ahead, assume Bodies on Bodies means dead bodies in the streets. Assume it means that. Whatever. 2013, Mr. Kendrick doesn't have any accusation that there are bodies on there. And it's a convention, it's what his audience is looking for and demands in gangster rap. But it has multiple meanings. No proximity between the time of the recording of that and the unfortunate death of Mr. Thomas. If you let it in, there's a high risk that the jury is going to misinterpret that. And it will unfairly prejudice Mr. Kendrick.
Okay.
All right. Next lyric.
On to the next.
I've only got 5 more, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, that's fine.
Next lyric. Running from 12, then I jumped through the fences. Again, it's sung by Yak Gotti, his alter ego. You could argue, but it's his stage performance. It's his name on stage. And again, we've got ambiguous, multiple meanings. What is 12? Running from 12. Is it running around his neighborhood at the age of 12? He had a friend named 12 when he was younger. Is it running with his friend named 12? Or is it the police? Or is it all three? Or is it, as good artists do, is it up to the listener to decide what it means? Unfairly prejudicial. Lyric.
That one wasn't as strong as the first one.
Slimes, you know I kill. Take it to trial. Again, I'm going to argue that that's a lyric sung by Yak Gotti, the character, and not Mr. Kendrick. But regardless, I kill. Now I know I have said I killed it. I pray that when I walk out of here today and someone says, Doug, how'd you do today? I'm like, I killed it. I probably won't say that, but you never know. I kill refers to doing a great job when you're rapping in the studio. I kill refers to making money for the label. Multiple meanings. But the problem is, which one is the jury going to take? Next lyric. Excuse my language. Fuck the police. Fuck them in a high speed from Slime Shit. March of 2016.
That was funny.
Sung by Yak Gotti. It's a reference. It is a call out, Your Honor, to NWA with their famous song, Fuck the Police. It is social commentary. NWA sang it as social commentary.
That's actually a good song to reference, though.
I'm just saying. Commentary. It's common. It speaks to so much in that community that I'm fortunate enough to not be able to really relate to, but what they deal with on a daily basis. But what is the jury, try as they might, and I know they're going to try hard, going to say when they hear fuck the police?
Especially if they're not from that community. I'm gonna be honest. That's definitely a biased lyric.
Mob Ties, April of 2020. Again, that has minimal value. And if you watch the video, and I'm sorry, I don't have it to play here today. If you watch the video, when Yak Gotti says, knock it off, you big homie bitch, it is a call and response. Someone else says it, and then he repeats it. It's a long tradition in music. I mean, you can go back to Cab Calloway. You can go back. It was imported from Africa. Repeating things is a common trope, a common musical issue. And Cab Calloway, Michael Jackson, Missy Elliott, they all do it. They all repeat things. It doesn't mean he adopts them. He's in the video in a call and response situation. Last, YSL wipe a nigga nose.
Oh, sir. What the fuck?
Yak Gotti is in the video.
If he said that at trial,
he is just in the video.
He definitely just fucked his client. And he said that shit so fucking smooth just now.
Should not be adoption of a lyric.
Well, do you have a choice?
See, I would have been biased right there hearing him say that.
Well, do you? I mean,
I guess that's a question.
I mean, we all have jobs.
I guess that's a question that the jury will have to kind of ponder, right? I mean, it's not like you, hey, somebody's filming and they walk up and they catch you in it. They got to get a release. I mean, but to play it, but or to put you in the video, but you know, if he's standing behind or one of the background people in that particular video or that song, isn't that something that the jury is going to have to sift out?
You know, I do not think you can go to look at what
I don't think no jury should be sniffing out no lyrics. So come on, man.
Or what he's adopting.
That shit crazy.
Based on what someone else is saying in the rap music video that he's in. Yeah, he's there voluntarily. He's not chained there. But that doesn't mean
everybody interpreted shit different.
Okay.
And I'm just going to go back to this, Your Honor. It is only rap music. And you have to ask, that has to defend this. It's only rap musicians that have to come into court. And don't tell me, anyone else, that it's because only rap musicians get in trouble with the law. That is not the case.
Not relevant for each case has to be taken on its own individual merit.
Exactly. And so
Boredom told us earlier.
I mean, where rap music is admitted.
What you said, Boredom? I forgot.
What I asked you to do is make an independent assessment,
like killing somebody or something,
on a lyric
or will do it.
Whether those
don't hold me to it. I'm being educated about that today.
They should be excluded under 403. That's all I ask the court, Your Honor.
All right, sir.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Mr. Steele.
Damn, what time to get out of court? It's 5:30.
Okay, all right, Mr. Sharp. We'll take 5 minutes. Everybody, you take 5 minutes. We'll come back. Okay.
Child. Yeah, somebody said, I think it was Boredom. If it wasn't Boredom, my bad. That's what you know. Oh, somebody else said to me, you basically caught you a body, or you would catch you a body, or a slime or something. This has been one. Dang, I really wanted to know, right, what Steele was gonna say, but I gotta get up off live. My grandbaby here. I got babysit tonight. Y'all know how she be turned and lit in my background. So, damn, I had wanted to see what Steele was gonna say. I actually thought they was gonna end it at this point because it's 5:30. Like, I know our courthouse down here will be closing at 5, but I guess they're gonna ride it on out. I'm trying to think because I was about to just get up off of here and just watch it because, like I said, the grandbaby here now. Loud Pack is petty. Loud Pack said, "I mean, you got snotty nose hair." That's what I was gonna say. Shit, I ain't knew what it meant either. Oh yeah, definitely. Our parents definitely thought it. Dang, what did we used to say? I know my mom used to be like, the fuck? Damn, what did we used to say? Damn. Damn, what was it? I think it was cop blocking. Y'all used to say that when y'all was younger. Now, I know I ain't the only one, you know what I'm saying, that's little. I ain't old, but you know, I ain't a young tender no more either. But yeah, I remember I had said cop blocking. My mommy was like, fuck, what does that mean? But you can interpret it to mean different things. Because I think me and Mr. Truth even went back and forth about exactly what it meant. Because I remember I said something and I said, stop cop blocking. He was like, don't say that to me. I'm like, why? Like, what? And we had a whole back and forth about what it actually meant. Let me think of something else that we used to say. I ain't really used to talk slang like that. I used to talk back. So, sorry, I definitely used to get popped in my mouth, okay? Like, my slang was cursing, okay? I used to curse all the time, even as a kid. So, yeah. Boredom, that's what I thought it meant too, but he said it was something else. But oh, y'all used to say "let me be." Boy, we were so ignorant, man. Y'all, I know, like the guys just say all the time, like, "Y'all, when you gonna let me be?" Boy, that's now that brought back memories. Oh, that's funny. Oh, I hope I ain't told my age with that one. But yeah, I wasn't a slang person. Like even now, I ain't a slang person. Like I don't talk correct grammar all the time, but I don't really talk slang. Now I curse for sure, and that's always been my thing. I curse for sure, but I ain't really been a big slang person. Um, I can understand slang. Well, slang back then. Slang now, I can't keep up with it. What it means half the time, especially like the abbreviations. I be having to text it to my daughter like, "Yo, what this mean?" Or text it to somebody because I don't really talk like that. So like, yeah, especially in writing and stuff. Like I'm more proper writing. Yo, boredom, yes. What that amount do? Boy, middle school and high school was lit, bro. But yeah, I don't really talk slang like that. Is slang and ebonics the same thing? I think I can't really you never play how to go get it. Oh, definitely to play how to go get it for sure. Y'all gotta be born in like 90s or 1990 or higher. Okay. How to go get it, okay? You ain't never played house. How many of y'all used to play house? But looking back though, that shit was weird. Because I ain't gonna cap. Like, used to basically playing house with your cousins and shit. Like, the fuck? That was weird. That game, my daughter ain't never played house, but because I always, once I got older, thought that shit was weird as hell to be playing house with your cousins and shit. Okay? Like, Cops and robbers. No, I ain't never played no cops and robbers for sure. Okay, listen. Yo, me and my cousins used to be outside playing, man, making mud pies and shit. Like we was really at the house. And they were like, "Yo, you come to my house?" And now we don't ever go to each other's house for real. But yeah, when we was kids, that used to be lit. Okay. Damn. I remember we used to play, what was this? We used to do this shit in school. Head down. What that shit is? When you used to put your head down, put your thumbs up. What is it? 7-up head. What was that shit called? 7-up. But anyway, that shit used to be fun. What else? And like the little hand, yeah, the little slide baby and stuff like that. Yeah, for sure. 7-up, yeah. Sorry, now yeah, for sure. I am country is shit, okay? But we used to play cards. Like we used to play Pitty Pat. Okay. Like who remember I Declare War? Like look, can't say that now. They be like, "Oh, you rap about I Declare War? You declare war on some ops." And in reality, okay, we talking about a damn card game. Yeah, I played Tunk now. I'll be matter of fact, I'm having a card party Saturday. I played Tunk. Or damn, what they call it? Oh, fuck. It's a game I can't never my uncles, my granddad and them skins. They be where they be at playing skins. I cannot get the concept of how to play it though. I done tried, but they be serious. What they do, Ann? They be serious, okay, about them skins. Shit, I'm going down memory lane right now, but yeah, we used to play all that, okay? Yes. Like mom, let me tell you, it used to always be a car party in the country. Okay, always. The grown-ups used to be lit playing cars and We be playing our own cards because I knew how to play cards as a kid. Roller skating down the street was the greatest. I ain't never did that one because I can't skate. When we used to go to the skating ring, it wasn't never the skate though. Like we used to be rocking around that mud, either about to beef with somebody or something like that. But we used to jump rope with water hoses for sure. Now I done double dutch with a water hose for sure. Okay. Yes, bubblegum. That was funny. Oh yeah, I definitely knew how to play spades early. I'm talking about count books and all early. Hold on, holding the wall away. Hold on, what you said? Let me see. Loud pay, I gotta pay attention to what you be talking about. 7, no, I ain't never. That a little bit before my time. 7 minutes in heaven, nah. That was before my time. Loud pay, you must be old. 7 minutes in heaven was like the 70s. Okay. But yeah, the skating ring used to be lit. Shout out to Red Ring Rollaway. It's no longer there. The building's still there, but the skating ring gone. Okay. Now let me tell you, I never even had on skates. Like we used to get dressed, like it was like the equivalent to like if we would go to a club now. Like we used to put our best outfits on or whatever. Go pay $10 to get in the skating ring just to walk around that mug. Okay. That's it. Just to walk around that mug. And of course talk to boys or whatever. Sometimes fight, dance, whatever. But yeah. They used to have lock-ins. I never could stay the whole lock-in though. I used to always get picked up, but I used to hate that shit. I mean, one time I tried to go to a lock-in by going to my cousin's house because I knew my cousin could go to lock-in. So I'm like, I don't know if y'all families was like that. Like if you staying at a relative house, like it's up to that relative if you could do something. So I tried to take my ass over there because I knew she could go. Man, and got busted. That was funny. So just say I never been to a lock-in. Not for the full night anyway. Yeah, I don't know where Loud Peg is 7 minutes of heaven. I only heard about that on TV. I ain't gonna lie. And normally it's about like in the 70s when they talking about it. Oh, that was some good memory lane, y'all. I think they about to come back on. Oh, he ain't even the one that's about to talk. See, I want to hear still, y'all. Listen, I might have to do a reaction to this later because I do gotta get up off of here. So hold on real quick. Yeah, I'm gonna have to tap in with this later. And do a reaction. It's been fun, okay? But I got to tend to baby Truth around here while her mama taking care of some business. We ain't had a lot of time to just be one-on-one. So I'm about to get up off my Mickey Truth shit and get into Grandma Truth mode. I appreciate y'all for rocking out with me for the last 2 hours and 45 minutes. Y'all already know. Make sure y'all hit the Cash App. Shout out to everybody that has been showing love. Hit my Venmo. I didn't even know how to do Venmo until one of my subscribers sent me something. So I appreciate it. Yeah. And that's just what is going on, man, y'all. I'm gonna still be here rocking out. I need my laptop though, Paradox. Like, yo, just leave it on and roll with it. And then, like I told y'all, after a lot of back and forth with YouTube and stuff like that, I don't want to give them no reason to hit my channel going forward. You get what I'm saying? Because any little thing, these little metal lion rats could try to report. So that's why I was talking more throughout the hearing today and stuff. So with that being said, I'm gonna have to get up off here. But like I said, I'm gonna continue to drop. Thank you to everybody that supports your girl. Thank you to everybody that been watching my videos. Hey, the spike in my channel has definitely increased, and I appreciate it. I can't do this without y'all. Y'all already know they trying to silence the voice. Before anything, I've been a voice of truth. The queen of paperwork throne came and more haters came along with it. But I'm always going to be Mickey Truth, and I'm always going to rock out with my truth team. And matter of fact, Y'all make sure y'all go to Apple Music, Spotify, all that. I am not a rapper. However, I drop music because I know the haters gonna talk about it. They gonna share it. They gonna share it with a little shot at me. But at the end of the day, Mickey Truth just keep going and going and going. Cause they gonna be like, well, who is this old lady that you saying that's trying to be a rapper? Oh, she really a blogger. Oh, she be pulling paperwork. Oh, so it's just promo for me. Okay. So now they didn't tell me who reported. They make it generalized statement. And y'all, I don't want to appeal or reappeal, all that. So, it is what it is. But it's cool. Oh yeah, I got you, Boredom. But yeah, y'all. So, like I said, I'm still around. If y'all have not, go ahead and get you a membership on my Patreon. I will no longer be dropping paperwork on YouTube. That will only be done on Patreon. For those who are already a member, shout out to Paradox. The full 133 pages for the YMW Melly State Brief or motion is already up. It's been up since yesterday. Y'all can go check it out. Like I told y'all, I will not be reviewing it. However, we will be going over the deposition this weekend. All right. So again, make sure y'all go stream my music on all platforms. Make sure y'all share it on your Facebooks, on your Twitters, on all that. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you do everything Mickey Truth. I am going to start doing my podcast again. So if y'all haven't downloaded Mickey Truth, Voice of Truth on your podcast services, make sure you do so. Paradox. The one about the Smith and Wesson, I got that one. Yes, Paradox definitely got a membership. Okay, so definitely. Hold on, let me see what y'all saying. I heard later they say the viewers can report the person who reports the channel. Report the person that gonna report the channel. I don't know. But see, the thing is with mine, they can so I ain't get a creator strike, like a copyright strike. That's not what I got. What I got, right, is basically guidelines report, like community guidelines reports, where it was people that kept claiming different things in my content, and that's what it come down to. So it was, they don't tell you how many people it was, but it was just multiple people that was hitting multiple videos on my page, and that's what got me demonetized. But it's all good. Whatever the reason, you know what I'm saying, it ain't gonna stop the movement, and I think that's what the ploy was, to stop the movement. But again, I'm still rocking out with y'all. Y'all continue to rock out with me, and we in this. But y'all just make sure y'all support the movement, okay? And hit the Cash App, the Venmo. If you can't got it today, you want to do a pay as you go. Make sure you hit my Mickey Truth site and buy you some merch. You can do in 4 installment. Shit. Hold on, pause. Not MickeyTruth.com. I am revamping my website, so hold on. But you can still place your order. You can hit me up on IG Mickey Truth 2022, okay? And Loudpad could definitely get your order out. Damn, I'm glad I just thought about it. I'm gonna post something so y'all know. MickeyTruth.com is currently down. I'm revamping it. I can't say too much about what I'm trying to do with the website, but just know I'm definitely trying to get it together so that we all can meet up in one space, okay? So with that being said, man, I'm up out of here. Like, comment, share, subscribe, tell a friend to pull up on your girl Mickey Truth. And y'all meta rat line bastards, y'all ain't stopping shit. Deuces.